This is Monday Night Football, your live betting show right here on sportsbookreview.com. And we promised you a Monday night party, and we will deliver. Look at me up here. Looking nice, sitting up in the top left-handed box. Kyle Purviance right to my right on the bottom shelf here, as I like to call it. Look, me and Kyle up here are the top shelf guys. On the lower shelf, Jason Radowitz, Flash Watson. We are excited for Monday Night Football. Kyle, I'll start with you right now. Big night tonight, man. I'm excited.
It's a big night tonight. The first football game in Vegas? Come on. I mean, this is huge. And one thing that I think is weird is I was reading that this stadium is cashless. Now, I know there's no fans there tonight, but don't you think of cash and the big cups with the coins when you think Vegas, right? You're walking around with 2,000 nickels and you're asking people to help you carry it. But the stadium looks beautiful. Football in Vegas. Monday night, I'm really excited. I mean, it loses a little bit without Michael Thomas, but for me, I am really looking forward to tonight. I'm looking forward to no bleeping injuries. Can we get through a game without a serious injury to a marquee player, please? And I'm excited to have Flash on, our Premier League hero. I mean, the guy who just does it all. And then we got the mad scientist, as I call him, Jason Radowitz, probably the smartest guy you're ever going to hear talk sports. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
All right, Kyle's rambling already, and we just started the show 3 minutes in. I mean, look, it's going to be a long night tonight, but it's great to have Jason. And I asked him last week on the show. He is absolutely killing the NFL, does it all here at sportsbookreview.com. So if you haven't seen him in an NFL capacity, if you haven't, clicked on the links on sportsbookreview.com, what are you waiting for? Jason, welcome to the show. I love having you here. He's my buddy, MLB show. We do it each and every day, 1:30 p.m. Have a great time doing that. And by the way, Kyle brings up an interesting point. Cashless. If you're watching sportsbookreview.com across our channels, you are not cashless right now as we are cashing in. Jason, welcome into the program tonight. Monday Night Football is here. I'm excited to have you, buddy.
Yeah, I need to get the taste out of my mouth from these Phillies.
Hey, don't blame my Phillies, man. Come on.
So, getting shut out by Anibal Sanchez. Just want to point that out there. So we got to get our money back, and that's why we're here in the show to get that money back from the Phillies not getting any hit against Anibal Sanchez. This is terrible.
And do we need a promo for Flash Watson? I mean, you see him on
the
channel, he's killing it on the EPL. If you hear a guy that you don't really understand his dialect over here, look, we can have closed captioning up here if we need it. But Flash Watson here in the show. Welcome in again, Flash. Great to have you. I'm excited. Big night here in Las Vegas tonight, and we did well last week. We expect to do it again tonight.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. I'm a little bit worried, though, because I jumped in on the Saints at -5.5, opened up at 6.5, 4 was doing all right, and now we can get them at 4. So that's a little bit worrying. But then I look and I've got into this game so deeply, which sometimes that disturbs me as well, because when you have a good time of it, they jump out at you. And I look at this and think, I'm hoping it's an overreaction for the Raiders putting so many points up against a really poor Panthers D, because Saints at -4, it should be close your eyes, just point and press the button.
It'll be interesting, too, because what we would have thought in this football game, right, is a packed house, the opening of a brand new stadium in Las Vegas. The crowd would have been absolutely on fire tonight. The stadium looks fantastic. But again, you're talking about teams going on the road that don't have to deal with that environment. We'll see how it plays out tonight. But I do want to thank everybody for coming in. 133 people already in here live in under 5 minutes. Thank you to Scott, Tiburon, Dami, Jovan, Justin, Vitalis, Mayla, Scotty, everybody here in the chat box. We're going to be here for the entire broadcast. It's nice that we come on early because we can sort of set the stage for what we're looking at. Flash brought up a couple of the lines, very interesting, and a lot of that has to do with what are we going to get out of the New Orleans offense. You figure, Drew Brees last week, not an electric effort. They're going to be bringing in some of their backup quarterback packages to try to, Taysom Hill and run it down, but you don't have Michael Thomas. This is the first time in a few years here you're not going to have him, a guy that catches damn near 140 balls a year and is the mark of that offense moving down the field. It's going to be interesting to see how much more maybe you use the running backs, maybe you're using some of your tight ends out there. Emmanuel Sanders got brought over, but Alvin Kamara is certainly going to be on center stage tonight. In the Pick Six contest, it did very well last week. Last game of the week for me is tonight. I have the Las Vegas Raiders at +5.5, and as Flash said, it's now sitting at 4. I'm going to stick with that. We're going to go over some prop bets here in just a few moments. Before we get to those, Kyle, I'm going to start with you first here. Give some thoughts on the game of what you're looking for. I'm sitting on the Raiders +5.5. I like the fact Michael Thomas is out. Let's see what the Raiders have to offer tonight. At least I think they can keep it close. Or are you on the other side saying, hey, you know what? Saints for me, and that's about it.
Well, and there's two trains of thought, and that's a good question. Michael Thomas is certainly worth something. Obviously, we're talking about arguably the best receiver in football. And Drew Brees has had his struggles on the road. When you just go and look at Drew Brees throughout his career, and we have a nice sample size here. We have 276 games we can work with. That's quite the sample size. We'll take that in any sport. In his home games, he's played nearly half, 139 games at home. He has thrown for 322 touchdowns, 115 interceptions. On the road, 227 touchdowns, nearly 100 touchdown difference, and 7 more interceptions. When you look at his win-loss rate, he's, I had that in front of me, 75-62 on the road, 89-50 at home. So there are some stark differences there, but still, I do think this line moves. I think Flash brings up a great point. They played a abysmal Carolina defense. It's going to be the worst defense in the league, them and Atlanta, looking like the 2 worst defenses in the league right now. So the Raiders looked better than they should. Derek Carr still didn't light the world on fire. It was just Josh Jacobs up the middle over and over and over again. They're running into a secondary that's very, very good. Marshawn Lattimore, if one of the receivers gets hot, they'll say, okay, Marshawn Lattimore, get over there, shut him down, and it's done. And then you're trying to throw to Hunter Renfrow and Brian Edwards and Nelson Aguilar. So right now, I love that this line has moved to -4. Give me the Saints all day.
Jason, as we take a look at this game, and you can guys see Jason is wearing a Saints jersey. So if he comes out and tells me he loves the Raiders tonight, that will be the ultimate Flash move here, right live as we see it. So Jason, just give us a little bit of pointers. We'll pick up on some prop bets that we can hit on, but just your general thoughts on the game before kickoff of what you're looking forward to between the Raiders and the Saints tonight.
Yeah, so look at the Raiders and their offense. It's looking really good right now. We got the rookie wide receiver still coming back. We'll play this game. Raiders offense is going to look good. How is the Saints defense going to perform in this one? I don't really know. Will be challenging. They look good against Brady. Really, I think the Buccaneers really didn't look great in that first game anyway. So therefore, I like the rushing yards for Josh Jacobs. I like Alvin Kamara to get a touchdown in this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. For me personally, I'm on the over 47.5. I think there's going to be a lot of touchdowns, a lot of field goals, a lot of points in this game. I think both offenses are really good. Even though Michael Thomas isn't playing for the Saints, I still see Kamara getting involved, even maybe Latavius Murray getting some touches on offense. Should be a fun game offensively for both teams.
Flash, I know in the offseason, very high on the New Orleans Saints, and why not? Hopefully you can catch a little bit of break and get Michael Thomas back sooner than later, but he won't be playing tonight. I know talking to you before the show, line opens up in that 5.5, 6 range, and now we're seeing it plummet down to 4. A lot of, what do you say, sharp Raiders money coming in, what have you. But are you still going to be sticking on the side with the New Orleans Saints tonight? Do you like it even better than it dropped? Because I know some people get a little bit of nervousness, but you say, hey, look, if I liked him at 5.5, damn right, I'm going to like him at 4. What do you think of tonight, Flash, between the Raiders and the New Orleans Saints?
Yeah, I've just pressed the button. I've just gone with -4 on the Saints, and I do believe it's going to be run. Because I mean, if you put the ball in Carr's hands, then you're going to be asking for interceptions and turnovers early in the game. And the one thing they can't afford to do is obviously get behind. They get behind, and the run game has to go out the window. Now he had 22 from 30, but it was only like 230 yards. Josh Jacobs, he had 25 carries for only 93 yards. So they really did kill the clock against a really poor Carolina. I fancy the tight end tonight. I think Jared Cook, I think he's a great value. I think it's about 175, plus 175 for any time touchdown. I think Sanders, I think he spreads it out. I think he might go a little bit, Drew Brees might go a little bit Russell Wilson-esque and use all his receivers. And I'm looking for the Saints. And I'm wondering if the Raiders, their balloon gets popped on their opening night with no fans.
Well, Flash, I didn't listen to anything after you told me that you like the New Orleans Saints tonight getting the 4 points. So I really don't even know what you said. Maybe somebody in the chat box can fill me in on this, but also keeping an eye on, there is Major League Baseball going on tonight. Where's kickoff at about 15, 20 minutes away. I'm watching the Phillies right now. Bryce Harper's up. 2 men on, first and third. Do you have the run line, Jason, in the first 5 innings? Is that correct?
Yes, we need a home run right here, please.
You need a home run right here. Get him on base. Somebody get a double behind him. It can still happen.
We got a buck.
Magic right now.
Have Donnie's teams done anything but burn us? The Eagles, the Phillies, come on.
You just got to.
That's the good thing about it, though, because I'm wearing the Eagles jersey here, even though I should be at a funeral. But I'm still happy because, hey, I could still bet for the rest of the year. Don't make me go back behind this curtain here and pull out the Super Bowl trophy that I can lay down with and say, you know what? When everything breaks loose like yesterday, I look at that trophy, it just brightens me up. It just does.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm
That's
like,
right,
that,
Sharper
with
sucked
I'm
out
like
there.
that with the Patriots, but I had to put them all in another house.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a 49er
Exactly.
fan. I'm a 49er fan. I don't even have room in my house anymore for all of our trophies.
Yeah, you throw those out and try to get a new one every year.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
hey,
right. That's
I'm going to
right.
hold this one for the rest of my life and have some fun. But again, as I said, about 15 minutes away from kickoff. Why don't we switch over and take a look, guys, at some prop bets that you might like? Looking at these, it did very well last week. I had 4 prop bets last week, went 3 out of 4. And the only one I missed was one with Sterling Shepard that I believe came up a yard short. So basically needed 2 yards in order to cash that one. I can't get enough of the Alvin Kamara prop bet tonight because if Michael Thomas is not going to be in this game, a lot of explosiveness from your wide receiver position disappears. Sean Payton is a fantastic offensive coordinator. He's going to try to work in different ways to make that offense explosive. And what better way to do it both on the ground and in the air to Alvin Kamara? Screen passes, get him out of the backfield. So if we're taking a look at some of the prop bets that he has, over 57.5 rushing yards. He's usually not a rushing force, but all you need to do is break one loose. And what I like even better is total rushing and receiving yards from Alvin Kamara at 107.5. I think he can get over those totals. I like those 2 prop bets. That's the guy zero winning tonight. And say, you know what? If the Saints are going to win this football game, they need a big night out of Alvin Kamara. Kyle, we'll start with you first. How about some prop bets that we might be looking at tonight between the Raiders and the Saints?
Yeah, and I think you start right there with the Saints. When you lose a wide receiver who was the most targeted wide receiver ever and had the most catches ever in a season, you look at those receiving props. And I went straight to Jared Cook. Over 4.5 catches over here at my bookie, 4.5, over 4.5 plus 100. Sign me up. I went over 51.5. Look, Drew Stud Muffin Breeze, to bring up our colleague Kelsey Kramer. He's such a stud muffin, right? So Drew Stud Muffin Breeze needs someone to throw to, and it's going to be Jared Cook and Emmanuel Sanders. That Raiders secondary is terrible. I think Jared Cook smashes that 4.5. We could be over that in the first half. I was looking for that in the first half. So I had a nice little parlay with the Kamara. You talked about Kamara. He's even in a regular week when Michael Thomas is there, he averages 8.5 targets a week. So now you take away Michael Thomas. So you're getting over 5.5 catches for Alvin Kamara. I like the combined yards. I love I have a nice little Jared Cook. If you want one of my super props, you know how I love these deep dives over plus 5,000. I love to do this for every game. Throw $5 on it and have some fun. So I've got $5 on Jared Cook over 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Damn.
It's probably not going to happen, but you got to have some damn fun, and it's $5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a cup of coffee tomorrow. So I'm going to throw it out there, but I do think he smashes that over 4.5 catches and over 51.5 yards.
Yeah, like living in the Northeast, you know, we hear the saying a lot, a dollar in a dream, man. Put $1 in the lottery and you can dream up whatever you have. Spend that cash while you got it. If it comes in, fantastic. If he gets 149 yards, go take a walk and smoke a cigarette and have a little bit of whiskey there and try to get over that. So a lot of interesting stuff. Jason, I know you're very in-depth with a lot of things you do. Any prop bets that catch your eye tonight, Monday Night Football?
Yeah, this game is pretty hard. We just don't know what to expect. But like I said, I love the over in this game. So if I love the over in this game, that means we're going to see a ton of touchdowns in this game. Like you guys are on Jared Cook a ton. I think Darren Waller has a great day as well. Yeah. The Saints aren't really the best team in terms of defending tight ends. There were 10 targets by Tom Brady against tight ends last week, 6 receptions for 47 yards and a touchdown against the Saints. I see Waller getting a touchdown. I see him getting over on his receiving yards. I like him on the receptions. I think Waller is a big part in this game, especially we don't know how healthy Ruggs is. I think Waller gets a big dosage of stuff.
There you go. Working in some tight ends here. Flash Monday Night Football prop bets. What are we looking at, buddy?
Yeah, I've gone Jared Cook as well, but I've got him to score touchdown at any time. Plus 170, and then I'm beating up on Carr, and I'm so close, and I've got about 15 minutes before I go against Jay and go with the under, because I've gone with Derek Carr, under 23.5 completions, and I've also gone Carr under 260 yards, both at minus 115. The big thing for me is I think that if they get behind, then they're going to have to desert the run. He's going to have to throw it. And if you're throwing it against this same secondary, I think there'll be interceptions, turnovers, and it's just going to be misery for these Raiders. I'm not a Raiders fan. You know that the hottest team in the NFL for me in my pocket this year is the Saints. So a little bit through my pocket. And the one thing I want to learn, and I want you boys to help me throughout this season, I want to be able to adjust against my selections if they start going wrong. don't do that well enough. If I stick right through it, you know.
Yep, sitting there in those live wagers, and that's one of the advents here, obviously, of high-speed internet, good connections, a lot of new sports books coming out here. In-game play can be a lifesaver at the same time. So if your bets start out not so good, there's ways to hedge it, going back and forth. We'll keep an eye on those lines as they go. And speaking of lines here, offshore at SBRodds.com, take a look at this game. 6 out of every 10 tickets coming in on New Orleans, as we said, opened up at 5.5. 4 is primarily across the board. How about that big drop in the over-under? 51.5 Pinnacle opened up offshore. We're now sitting at 47.5, some 48s here in New Jersey off. I kind of agree with that, even though you're right. It's week 2, Jason. We talk about a lot of this stuff saying, don't let your eyes deceive you what you saw the week before. Maybe a bad football team needs to be bad 2 straight weeks before week 3. We say, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't put money on that. But you're still talking about 2 offensive coordinators are going to try to get after it. You still have dynamic weapons. It's not like saying, well, Michael Thomas isn't going to play, so I don't like the over. One wide receiver, even though he's very good, doesn't really mix and match and dictate the actual game plan if they decide to throw deep and downfield. So if we take a look at the under, I don't have a great feel on this, but it's an interesting drop to the 47.5. It's hard to take unders. You're in a dome. It's great conditions. You have 2 quarterbacks and 2, as I said, play callers that can get after it here. I'll start with you first here, Kyle. Looking at that total and that dropping, would that concern you? Do you have a feel for this game do you see a upper tempo, higher tempo game, or maybe slowing it down saying they're really going to lean on the running backs tonight?
Honestly, for me, it makes me want to smash the over. And that's because I'm playing through those 3s and the 7s. And I bet you Jason could even explain it better than I can because he's much smarter than I am. But when you play through those 3s and 7s, and we have 2 teams who I believe will score in the 20s, and I think the Saints will cover, I think this game gets into the 50s. So I'm playing up to that 53 number. And you could have some value on that, on the 2 and the 1, because now of all the missed extra points. And that's a whole other, that's like an hour-long show on its own where the numbers have different values. But 47.5, 48.5, like a 30-20 feels really solid to me, where the Saints win this game 30-20. That's gotten to a point where I feel really good about it. I've been really lucky with the overs. And I saw a comment earlier, Square Kyle, with the road favorite. Yeah, road favorites have been great to me so far because there's no fans in the stands. So I'm just using common sense here, and that's, we're trying to win money, and so far so good. I like the over in this game because I'm going to play up to that 3 and the 5s in the 50s. And I bet you Jason has an interesting take on this if I was going to.
Yeah, look, it's a great take because we haven't seen this before. And, starting off this game, the NFL wanted this to be the showcase game of the week. We're going to open up a new stadium in Las Vegas. We're going to bring the Saints to town. And yes, the Raiders even pick up a victory in week 1, which adds to the hype, as well as the Saints being 1-0. This place was going to be on fire in Las Vegas, and you were going to get a little bit of your own medicine, so to speak, for the New Orleans Saints, who are so used to being at home where the other team can't here, they were going to get that vice versa. But now when you come up to the line of scrimmage, you're able to change the play. If we even look back yesterday to Sunday, Sean McVay calls the play in the helmet and calls out coverages to Jared Goff. They played in Philadelphia yesterday, which is normally a loud atmosphere. It was dead silent. So even though the play clock, I believe, shuts off between 10 to 15 seconds in the quarterback's head, they line up quickly. Hey, look at the safeties. They're back deep. It's cover 3. Stick with this play. And he can just make the adjustments to the line of scrimmage. Hey, guys, we're going to run play 2. Hey, guys, play 2. Set up on the line of scrimmage. And everybody was wide open because you didn't have the confusion. Talk about it tonight, maybe, Jason, at that angle, because I know you like the over where it's going to be silent. Drew Brees is going to be able to do whatever he wants here and operate. And also the fact that we love Drew Brees in a dome. Why? Because maybe his arm strength is a little diminished over the years, but you're not playing in the elements. There's no 15-mile-an-hour wind here.
Yeah, and I just want to talk about, first off, we talk about Michael Thomas and him being absent, but how we rarely see long balls to Michael Thomas. It's always slant passes, all this kind of quick stuff. A lot of guys on the Saints and a lot of guys in the NFL can run a slant pass and catch a ball for 5-10 yards. I mean, Michael Thomas is one of the best at it, of course.
Strong hands, yeah.
Yeah, of course, he's one of the best receivers in the game.
My nickname.
But it doesn't. But it doesn't stop. But it doesn't stop any of the Saints players from performing. Brees, this is the guy that's been there, done that. Especially when now you're in a new stadium, but at the end of the day, there's no fans, and even if there were a couple of fans, even if there were a little bit of fans, wouldn't even matter. Brees has been there, done that. He'll be fine. But then on the other hand, you have Derek Carr, who's now got Mariota right in back of him, and this has definitely elevated his game. And I would assume that he plays well today. Definitely has they definitely got receivers for him now, with Ruggs, of course, Waller, Jacobs is now, right behind him. So they built an offense around Carr and said, hey, if you want to perform and be on this team, we got you the pieces. There's no excuses now. This is the season to do it. And they're 1-0. They got to go into this game to go 2-0. Don't think that's going to happen, but they're going to perform on offense. I think Brees just will do enough to score enough on offense and get the win. But I think, like I said, it's going to be an over game. No fans, easy win for the over.
Yeah, and also, like, some people would play that angle of, I don't want to say emotion, but with that crowd being so loud to start off, where you may taken a look at before the week or a couple of days ago, you might have gotten that +3 at home for the Vegas Raiders and say, hey, you know what, they're going to come out strong, they'll be buoyed by that home environment and see what happens. Again, that's not going to be there. So taking a look, even if you're looking at a first half total, 23.5 across the board, so 14-10 at the half, which isn't an insane number, we'll cross that over. Flash, talking about the over in this game, any thoughts on it? Drops down from 51 to 47.
Yeah.
What are you thinking here on this total?
Well, I wanted to listen. This is what I was saying to you earlier about I actually have gone into this game too deeply, because now all of a sudden I've just completely mashed myself up. I wanted to go the under. Yeah, I wanted to go under at 51. But then I'm thinking to myself, everything I'm saying about run, they get behind, they're going to have to air it out. If they air it out, then Carl's going to throw interceptions. That means that then Breeze is going to have a short field. It could be a blowout for me. And I mean like a 2-score win for the Saints. So I've got to go over. I could easily see this being a 35-18, 35-19, something mad like that. I think this goes over. I really do.
No, and I can't disagree with you. And it'll be interesting to see. And by the way, they're showing some of the highlights here if you're not watching on TV, Allegiant Stadium. And I got to say, one of the more aesthetically pleasing stadiums that I've ever seen built in the NFL. Steve Clark says drive by that stadium every day, looks great, but no fans. They're showing it right now up by the flame, like the Al Davis flame on the one end. You get the entire view through the windows of the Vegas Strip. It looks like a black flying saucer out in the middle of the desert, reflective, the Death Star, as they like to call it, but inside matched up with the black and the gray. I look at this stadium and I say to myself, that is exactly what you would come up with for a stadium in Las Vegas for the Raiders. And then I look and see, where the Rams and the Chargers play, and they spent like 3 times the amount of money. Exactly. And I look at that stadium and be like, it's the most bland environment. I mean, good. Yeah. Granted, there's no fans there, but just look at it. Oh my God, look at how big the stadium, look how cool it is. I look at this one compared to the Raiders Stadium, and it's a knockout. Like, the Raiders Stadium is flat out awesome. And I just feel like, where did your money go, Stan Kroenke, building that palace? It looks odd from the outside, but when you get inside, it just looks like every other stadium out there, cookie cutter.
Yeah, well, and how about the fact that they had all the smoke problems, with the fires and everything, and obviously we hope everyone's safe. I'm actually right in the middle of it. The smoke's billowing in again.
Yeah, well, yeah, you smoke, so you probably
smoking cigarettes out in that smoke. I'm a complete idiot. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But it's weird. So all the smoke's billowing in, and they're like, we don't have a way to stop the smoke from coming into this domed stadium. You spent $5 billion on it, and the Vegas stadium, like you said, 3 times cheaper. It looks way better. What the hell is going on in the world? Get your crap together, Stan Kroenke. But both stadiums are beautiful, and that's what we need the NFL to build these stadiums and increase the interest and keep everything going. So that's great, and that's what it is.
Donnie, what are your prop bets? What do you fancy? I mean, what have you pinned down? Because as you say, last week we near enough cleaned up.
Yeah, I'm Alvin Kamara up tonight. I just look at it and I know it might be the easy way to take this game, paint by numbers. Well, Michael Thomas is out. Boy, they're really going to have to lean on Kamara. I just see it as they're going to get him going early. And we did it last week when you talk about Saquon Barkley receiving yards. All it takes for him is to get one screen pass that blocked well. That's 30 to 40 yards right there. And we saw it last week where one catch for Saquon Barkley covered his, 26.5 pass reception yards out of the backfield. So I like Alvin Kamara rushing again. I just need – and I'm not looking at a defense like the Chicago Bears, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the Raiders defense. Decent, yes, but not going to be hell-bent on absolute pure shutdown defense. He'll get some size and space out there, and I think Sean Payton's going to draw him up to be able to get him loose. Because even watching last week where he didn't go off, he just looks like a player, Flash, that's in fast forward all the time when everybody else is just in regular speed.
Peter always pointing downfield. I mean, he is always there. And then even with Michael Thomas – Michael Thomas is like, in case of fire, break glass, and he is probably the number 1 receiver in NFL. But the person that, he's the one that gives you the gives you the food at your table. The cook out the back is Alvin Kamara. Screen passes, little slants, little poster. He is absolutely perfect, and he's everything to this Saints offense. But now they've got Sanders, and they've got Cook, and they've got Murray. I think this could be a Super Bowl team.
It is. You know what I was trying to look here? I'm looking on William Hill. Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you up, but we have 2 minutes or so, 10 minutes before. For you DraftKings players, Taysom Hill at 2,200 in that showdown slate. Without Michael Thomas, Taysom Hill is going to be involved in that red zone offense even more than usual, and you're going to see him in the regular offense. They don't have a ton of wide receivers. Traquan Smith is not very good. Sorry, Jason, I know you're a Saints fan, but Traquan Smith is absolutely terrible.
Don't disrespect him like that, Kyle.
And overpriced.
He's right.
I can't stand Traquan Smith, and he's something like 6,400 in that single game showdown. You're getting Taysom Hill at 2,200, a backup tight end price. I think you see a lot more targets at Taysom Hill. I think you see him in the red zone tonight. I love the upside for you daily fantasy players. Get in on some Taysom Hill. When he goes off, every time Taysom Hill scores a touchdown, we're doing shots tonight, baby.
No, yeah, and that's what it's funny you said that, like how in tune we are, because my point was going to be on Taysom Hill.
Sorry.
And I think he saw the notes. It's like, I'm going to steal this guy's thunder right now and undercut him. But I'm just joking about that. But I don't find, like, I'm looking at William Hill right now. I don't see any prop bets for Taysom Hill, and I'm looking at DraftKings as well. I would love to see it, because when you take an offensive weapon out like Michael Thomas, you have to get creative. And he's electric when he has the football. He's going to run. He might even catch passes tonight. He might run the football out of the backfield. While a la that Cam Newton, it was been nice to see some prop bets on him. I don't know if anybody out there has a book that's showing. Usually I like to go to 5 dimes, but as we know, clicking on 5 dimes today, it says you are no longer eligible to wager with 5 dimes. So wasn't able to check that. They usually have some pretty good prop bets, but everything else I see, I just wish somebody out there would have some Taysom Hill props, because those would be a fun prop bet to try to analyze and see what it's about.
Donnie, just to let you know, I'm not pressing no buttons on the total over, because I'm just wondering if these two sides stall, we could get a really good in-play number.
Yeah, we're just about to kick off right. It's a good point, Flash, because, again, we're going to have live betting here all night long. Thank you, guys. Over 200 people watching live. We're going to be here right from opening kickoff right now all the way through, having some fun right through halftime. Whatever topics come up in the chat box,
I've kicked off.
That's ridiculous.
Son of a bitch.
Kyle, is it? They didn't even start the pregame show for Kyle. So
that's not true, right? You did not kick off, did you?
No,
that's crazy.
Jesus.
I was going to say, I was like, man, like, I'm behind Flash, but goddamn,
Flash is going to kill me. And this is a Premier League superstar. Like, he would just crush me in a minute. You know?
I've just had new things installed so that I get every single channel. I like a big satellite dish on. We're moving house in 2 weeks' time, so I've had to get. When I go over there, I have 7,000 channels.
Saints.
Okay, so now we're close to kickoff, right? So I'm not that far behind.
25.
Why you? Oh, do you want to know when I do the snap?
Well, I just want to make sure I'm not horrific.
No,
Flash, read the show. What's the clock at? What's your play clock?
I'm watching them.
I'm already halfway through the first play.
Oh,
and you're going to be happy, Donnie. You're going to be happy because your man.
He's telling the truth already. So I just saw them kick the football.
That ain't me, Flash. What are you talking
No,
about?
I know. That's why I said
it was a touchback.
Your man ran the blind side.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I need to switch because I just saw the kickoff.
Yeah, you can't be on the internet, Kyle. You cannot do it. You are going to be sick. You might as well just fill up that liquid over there and just start throwing darts out here.
I'm going to pretend that I'm seeing it live and feed off.
Jason, what's your play clock at right now?
We're at 15.
There, I'm right behind him. I'm 1 second behind Jason. So
okay, okay. Just stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm switching. I'm switching. I'm switching TV providers here. I have so many.
Jared Cook shot right there.
Triple coverage over there.
Yeah, nearly picked.
Alexis Santiago filled me in. 5 dimes is no longer operating. They'll merge with another company and we'll come back next month and you'll need to open a new account. Yeah.
We're aware. We know.
Thank you. It's all good. I just like to bust stones.
Yeah. Okay. So next time the clock keeps moving, I'll inform you of where we're at.
Yeah, I got you exactly.
Well, I think I'll be seeing that.
I'm reinstalling the game on a different device. I'm putting on the box.
Okay,
that's why I wanted to prop
14:02.
14. Yeah, I'm 10 seconds behind. Yep, I'm 8 seconds behind. 8-9 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, so you're at 02. I'm at 1. I was at 1.6. So I think I'm about 14 seconds. That's about right, right?
That's it. That's what we said, yeah. 10 to 15.
Okay.
10 for the East Coast and 20 for the rest.
Yeah, but that were you still looking at, though, the dead play, though, Kyle?
Damn it.
With
I
an
hope
incomplete pass on there, yeah.
I'm not even going to tell the truth. I'm going to lie and act
Yeah,
like
just
I'm
lie. Say,
broken.
you know what? I just saw a touchdown. So, yeah.
That's what I tell beautiful women. Lie to me all
Yeah.
the time, please. I do not want to know the truth.
Good start, though, for overbackers. I mean, they're across midfield, so good start.
Like that.
Yeah, as long as they then don't stall
Yeah.
and then have to punt,
Hey, look
or
at-
you're
look
going to
at-
get food. We
Look
need
at the
sevens.
Taysom Hill action early on. I mean, did we just talk about that right before lock? I mean, come on. You're going to see a lot of Taysom Hill today.
Yeah, it's going to be out there a lot.
I think we're going to see a lot of everyone. I think we're going to be like Russell Wilson-esque. I think he's got so many different things to use.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. So nothing. There's Kamara's finally in the back.
There we go.
Oh.
That's a big game for us.
Ooh. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to say. He's so damn good, man.
You're going to see a lot of Latavius Murray. The Raiders could show no semblance of stopping.
Yeah, that's what a little bit like. I actually like the prop bet where he's the total yards, rushing and receiving over 100 more than the 57.5 just for getting it. But if he gets 10 touches out of the backfield, like handoffs, he should be able to get that because he's going to bust. So.
Latavius Murray is a guy, if you're playing in fantasy football and you, let's say Cortland Sutton, I mean, there's a slew of injuries, and you're just looking to pick up a guy who might be available, and especially if you own Alvin Kamara, you should have Latavius Murray because he is one injury away from being a top 5 fantasy running back. I mean, and literally, he is. This offense is always going to be good. They're always going to be in the red zone. They're going to be well coached. I like Latavius Murray a lot.
Yeah, no fans out here. Looks like Steve Clark says, break out the booze, guys. I got a little bit of something in my
I've been cheersing you guys all damn video long, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw our guy Vitalis. He said, cheap soda. I mean, it's Coca-Cola with whiskey.
Castigo!
What?
Is that coming back or not, Flash? Cheap
No, I
food.
think it was holding defense.
Okay,
Vitalis,
good.
I need you to tell me.
Go on, Flash, man.
Boom.
Get it.
Keep climbing.
There we go.
Vitalis, what soda am I supposed to use with whiskey that's more expensive than Coke? I'm so confused.
Fago, maybe? A little Fago?
Oh, God, you guys are so bougie. Look at that. I like it. Well, I like to learn new things. Trust me, I know nothing in this world, so I like to learn new things.
And by the way, this is ominous for Raiders backers, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
He has just done exactly as he wanted. He's gone through a complete playbook, yeah.
Raiders backers were living on a dream. That Raiders team is terrible. They're going to be terrible. The quarterback is
34
terrible.
points against the Carolina side that will be giving up 25 to 40 every week.
Right. Like, I mean, you got 2 good players on that Raiders team, really. Well, besides Khalil Mack, you've got Josh Jacobs and you've got Darren Waller. And that's it. Like, Derek Carr is terrible. Maybe Ruggs turns into something. Renfro, whatever. It makes me mad every time I see Traquan Smith.
Do we know Ruggs is out?
No, he played. He's going to play.
Kelsey's in the chat box. Donnie still owns Eagles gear. Sad. Yes, I am repping. But hey, don't wear that Atlanta gear around here, Kelsey.
There goes tomorrow.
Come on. We're living in the same world right now.
I would never do Shasta Soda, Vitalis. How dare you say that? Okay? I'm classier than that. Okay.
He's running a 2-minute drill here, you know.
Kelsey,
This is a great drive. Great drive.
This is a great drive, great opening drive. And I never criticize Donnie because he does such a great job making us all look good. Like, how good of a job does Donnie do sorting us through the video? I'm telling you.
That's going to be a field goal.
I know.
Backbreaker right there.
And this is what you don't. This is what you don't want. You don't want them to like be taking up 5-6 minutes of the clock and then just going free.
Right. Well, unless you have Will Lutz in your DraftKings lineup, which I do because he's always a high-scoring kicker. So I'll take that.
Every base covered.
Yes, I do. I'm a dirty. I mean, there's one way to be. A broken clock is right twice a day. I'm going to say that in basically every video, and that's what happens.
Who did somebody in here say Khalil Mack? Who said Khalil Mack? Or was that the chat box?
I think I said. Well, I said Khalil Mack's a good player.
Yeah.
A good player, but he was on the. It was kind of a shot at Raiders fans because of a bad trade. But, yeah.
Before you going to say Jerry Rice.
I'm glad that Jerry Rice is the greatest football player of all time.
No.
How dare you? How dare
Tom Brady.
TB. I always will go TB.
You got to go TB. He's just done it forever.
Well, so did Jerry Rice. Tell me, someone will catch Tom Brady's records. In fact, there's records he won't catch. Tell me somebody that will catch Jerry Rice.
You think someone else will have like 6 Super Bowl rings?
Well, Jerry Rice should have had 6 Super Bowl rings.
No, should have. He ain't going to come back and get them now, is he? What's going to borrow some?
That's a great point, and that's a great point. And
that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah,
but
he's got more rings than fingers.
Yeah.
Well, how many of Jerry Rice's Super Bowls were decided by guys filming practices out in the stands and everything else? I think Jerry Rice. I'm sorry, you're looking at a wide receiver who still holds basically every receiving record there is.
Oh, without a doubt. Many a guru says to me about Jerry Rice. Many.
Yeah.
So it holds water.
Jerry Rice never made any sense to me. Jerry Rice was the fastest, slowest wide receiver that not a single person could cover. Single coverage, double coverage, triple coverage. He was always wide open, and it's still amazing to me to watch because when you see the athletes today, the Randy Mosses, the Terrell Owens, he wasn't that, but he was wide open every single play. It was amazing, man. Dude was crazy good.
That's right, and he would go for the tough catches. That's why I hear a lot of arguments about Randy Moss being the best wide receiver, and he was certainly the most gifted. There's no doubt.
Do you think he was better at the Vikings than he was the Patriots?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yes.
I mean, he had
that was a squad. Yeah,
but that year they knew every play the defense was calling, so it didn't. It's like the Astros and the trash cans. You guys talked about that on your baseball show today with Jason, right? Like the Patriots were the Astros with the trash cans. I'm sorry, and I'm not giving them a pass on that.
Whoa! How? Why? What happened?
Uh-oh.
What happened there then?
What happened?
I don't know. What happened? Why did the Patriots just get lambasted from a 49ers fan? What's going on?
Those damn cheaters.
Cheaters.
So here's what happened.
They improvise and overcome. We do it in wars. So listen.
Fair. I have a friend who's such a big Patriots fan and so obnoxious that I could not help but hate them.
So where is he from, though? Is he a Patriots fan in the Northwest?
Bro,
I mean,
he's actually a Chargers fan in San Diego that converted to a Brady Patriots fan.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
is he now Tampa?
It's a dirty little game he plays, but nonetheless, it made me hate the Patriots. And when I read those articles, when those Rams, I was like, man, it's always something with these Patriots. And trust me, don't get me wrong, I respect trying to win at all costs. You want to win, like that's what it's all about. But you got to have some character. And I think Jerry Rice had 22 touchdowns in 12 games in a strike-shortened season in 1987.
But what about the 2 Super Bowls of against the Seahawks and the Falcons? I mean, the Falcons. It was just how are we coming back?
And let's talk about this. Tom Brady lost a Super Bowl to Nick Foles. Like Donnie has the trophy.
Don't, because you'll be mentioning Eli Manning, and then all of a sudden I'll just step out and let Donnie come flying over.
Yeah. We can bring on.
I think Eli Manning is terrible. One of the more
There's no Hall of
faces.
Fame for that boy.
No, but I wouldn't allow a co-host on any NFL stuff with me that was coming on here talking about that Eli Manning nonsense out here.
We tried to have one.
None of that allowed.
You should never lose a Super Bowl to Nick Foles. I am sorry.
Jay,
I'm
your mic.
He's going to be – and that's
I'm watching the game.
I should shut up, right?
He's angry at the Mets tonight. He's very angry at the Mets tonight.
Well, the Mets, the Phillies, I mean, it doesn't stop. So I better win some of these bets on the Monday Night Football.
What is DeGrom? Because I saw the Mets were down 2-0. I was looking at that DeGrom prop earlier. Is he still in the game, or is he just wilding out tonight?
No, he's still in. I think he had 3 strikeouts in the first inning.
Yeah, that's DeGrom like. Let's see here.
Yeah, and everyone was down on DeGrom today, right? Because he left his last start early and the whole thing. I put him in my cheat sheet. I thought he'd strike out 7 or more. Did he get there?
He's got 9 strikeouts already. Hell yeah. Let's go. One more.
Thank you, boys. I actually put him on my cheat sheet because Jason talked me into it when I was watching the live show. He's the mad scientist, man. Hey, and there was a comment earlier, and someone asked they need the comedy in the show, and they said a man like Flash who will eat a banana on live. I'm
on Apple now.
So I need to know about this banana, and a big shout out to you, Flash, because I'll do this. I wish I had a damn banana.
Flash is losing stones as we speak over there. So.
Yeah, and this here is it's actually nutritional. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, and it's hurting me to hold it.
Well, the potassium is good.
It's like a gas canister. It keeps it cool for the 4 hours.
Hey, and this is why I'm always scared to talk bad about Tom Brady or the Patriots, because the chat box gets crazy and these Pats fans think they have like some information. No, your team cheated. I'm sorry, buddy. They cheated. They cheated.
They took a Super Bowl away from my boys. Yep, they did.
And over again. And I'm sorry.
Go on then. Sorry, you won't understand, but go on then.
All right.
No, I understand. I'm totally.
I assume it's good since we're cheering for the over, where it's really. Oh my goodness!
I saw
no, it's really good because of Derek Carr, isn't it? I'm just picking up on everything I'm doing tonight is against Derek Carr. So I've got under 23.5. He's just overthrown his receiver by 7 yards, and then I've got under 259 yards, and he's just been put in the dirt. If it was dirt.
No, I saw all that live. I basically saw it when you saw it, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Exactly. Yeah. You could be a play-by-play guy right now on TV, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm really good at that. I'm clearly the man for the job.
That's it.
All right, Raiders with a comfortable 3rd and 23. So
exactly. Now punt it.
I'm actually upset that I have the one Patriots fan I have a ton of respect for is Flash. I didn't know he was a Patriots fan, but the rest of you in the chat box, I'm ready to piss you off. But Flash, I'm going to be nice to.
Yeah, and I've got a legitimate. I've told this story so many times. Basically, when I was 14-year-old, I'm just getting to that age where I can stay up a little bit later. 1985, the Bears against New England in England. So I'm like, I know nothing. Honestly, I don't know nothing. I might as well put my shoes on the wrong feet, and I was that aware, And because it had England in the name, I went, oh, they're my team. I didn't realize
they had a quarterback with a big neck brace. Yeah, you were all about
exactly 16 years. I had like nothing for 16 years. I had to watch them Dallas Cowboys all through the 90s. Honestly, it drove me mad. John Elway.
Well, hey, my 49ers actually bailed your Patriots out because that was the 45-10 Super Bowl, if I remember, and the Jim McMahon. And then the Niners, they went up and made them not the biggest losers by winning 55-10 in the 1990 Super Bowl against those John Elway.
The NFC was running wild for a while, man. The NFC versus the AFC was just like, Little League versus big leagues, man.
They were like, why are you turning up? I mean, I remember having a bet once on the Cowboys to score like 6 touchdowns when just 6 touchdowns on their own team total. They play against
the NFC East was running wild back then. The Giants, Redskins, Dallas just hammering. You had the 49ers. Every time they got into we're talking about back in the day, it'd be crazy now, right? Super Bowls with 17, 18-point favorites. Wild, man.
I cried so many times.
The Cowboys put up 50 against the Bills?
Yeah, they did.
I think their first Super Bowl they did.
52-13, and then they played again, and that game was actually close at the half, if you remember. It was 13-6 as the 95 Super Bowl, and then Jim Kelly and them fell apart in the second half, and I'm exposing my age here, but that is certainly what happened. But that 1992 NFC Championship game, the Niners were the home team, first drive of the game, 70-yard touchdown, and they call it back on a nonsense holding call.
It was a clear hold.
On Guy McIntyre. And then when you talk about the Bills against those Cowboys, they would have won more. I think if he makes that first kick that against the Giants in 1991 where he missed it wide right from 47 yards, I think the Bills win one more. It was just one of those.
Bills dominated that game too. You had a backup quarterback in Hostetler. They ran the ball like 100 times just to keep the Bills off the field. And the Bills still should have won that football game. There's no reason they shouldn't have, but that sort of set it off because that was your shot going against that Giants team. And then you were stepping into that Cowboys dynasty, which no matter who got there, Dallas was just wiping you right off the field. That was tough.
Johnny, let me just bring a little bit of education for myself here. He just got sacked and for 10 yards. He started like -10. I didn't realize it went against his yards.
No, I don't think sacks do.
No,
Rushing or Neals go against it, though.
It's on team totals, but not. It shouldn't be.
He's thrown 1 for 2 for 7 yards.
Because Derek Carr is terrible. All these Raiders fans who tell me how good Derek Carr is terrible.
Jason, series.
If you don't believe me because I'm an idiot, believe the smartest man with the beautiful brain in sports. Jason, tell everyone how bad Derek Carr is.
Under 259.
That's why they have Marcus Mariota in back of him. So
exactly.
But I'm hoping he does well today to get the over. So we're still rooting for him.
I think there's more chance of Nelson getting his eye back.
That's what you want. You need to see the Raiders do something on offense because the Saints will just be like, hey, we'll clock it, run down field, and we'll pick up points. You need them to engage them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna engage the chat right here. Steve Bailey, who's obviously a Patriots fan, and I understand, and you're gonna hate me forever. Explain the 16-0 season the next year. Well, I'll explain it in a few words. They lost to a 9-7 wild card team led by Eli Manning, and then tried to blame it on an ankle injury. I'm sorry. If you want to be the greatest team ever, show up and get it.
The David Tyree game, yeah.
David Tyree game. I'm just addressing Steve Bailey. And off the air, Flash, I'm going to apologize for all this and tell you how much I love the Patriots because, Flash is my dude. But
I just listen, I love other teams. I love other teams as well. Because obviously being in sport, you have an admiration, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And you can bet on them. Every time I bet on my favorite team.
I think Tom Brady, just his longevity there was a long time where I didn't think he was.
I know, Donnie, I was just looking at your face. Look, Carl's talking to me and I'm just looking at you.
I'm watching the game. I'm live with you. I saw every single play. But there's a lot of like Tom Brady's a terrific quarterback. Bill Belichick's a terrific coach.
Yeah, Bill. Next man up.
There's no way you can take credit away from a franchise. Like I hate the Spurs too. I'm a Lakers fan. But when you make the playoffs 20 years in a row, you got to respect that franchise.
But hang on a minute.
You get a perfect storm with the Patriots, right? You get the best head coach of all time, the best quarterback of all time, and then you play in a division that couldn't get out of its own way for 20 years. Exactly. So every year you're 6-0 in your division and you have home field advantage.
Exactly.
I appreciate
Kamara is like
here he goes.
It's going to be done.
For props, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Everything is good.
Off you go.
Damn.
By the way, how many side steps here?
Man, is he good?
He's a real.
That's like 50 yards already for Kamara.
Yeah, I know. You know what you want.
Yep.
You know what you want. You want a little screen just to end it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 44 is on.
Yeah. We're just looking at Jared Cook in the end zone. Let's get it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what we want.
That's exactly what we want. And
let's run the clock down, though. Let's run the clock.
I think I'm not feeling too hot about my 5.5 and my pick six.
I don't think they won just because of cheating, but I certainly think it helped. I just gave respect to the franchise, by the way. I think that they're well owned, well coached. I think they did things right. They well drafted. They trade. There's all sorts of things they did well. It's just too bad that they put themselves in a position to have these sort of arguments against them because there's a lot of respect to be had for them. But
they
I'm still always
their.
I think the debate was Rice and Brady, right? Jerry Rice and Tom Brady. I think that was the debate, but we digress.
I've just thrown one in there. That's what I've done. I just give it the old.
Yeah, no, I'm engaging
Tom Brady and the Patriots.
There's
31 other teams that are just going to go. Ooh.
Yeah, and I mean, look, everyone wants to beat the Patriots, no doubt about it. Even with Cam Newton, they're like, we want to get the Belichick.
Talk about them being a Super Bowl team again.
He's about to pass George Halas and Don Shula. We're talking about elite company. Things that we never thought would be caught in this modern day of free agency, and you have to win now. Most coaches don't get to hang around that long. Bill Belichick's going to go down as probably, the first or second greatest coach ever.
The Saints going in the right direction now.
God.
That.
I know.
Ooh.
He's having a lovely time.
Yeah, that's good. That's
good though, because the Raiders are going to have to engage back, man. You go down double digits, firing on offense.
You know why Traquan Smith's doing so well? Because Kyle said he was no good.
Yep, Traquan's out here running wild tonight. Damn it. He listens to the show. He knows.
I'm trying not to get.
Here we go. Tight end. Come on, tight end.
It's all about Jared Cook.
Jared Cook. Come on, touchdown.
Traquan Smith is so bad. Oh, God. It makes me so mad every time I watch him catch a football, which I watched, like 45 seconds ago.
No
2 minutes ago.
Hell yet. They just let that play clock run all the way down. Goodness gracious, Drew.
Yeah, no, it was, took his high off the ball.
Always love that in the NFL. The NFL is the only sport where the clock doesn't matter, and they give you like a full second leeway, which is always hilarious to me. Imagine that in the NBA, right? You take the shot, the buzzer goes off. It's like, look, man, buzzer went off, but by the time I looked up and looked back, the shot was in. It was okay. Amazing.
They always say like, oh, we allow it to go to 0, and if
it goes to 0, we look at the coach, then we look back, and if the play's not going, then we call it. What is that? That's like one of those unwritten baseball rules.
It's a bunch of nonsense. All it means is you have a bunch of 70-year-old dudes running around that can't see a damn thing, and they should not be officials in the first place. And that's with every sport. Like, how come all of the officials are 85 years old?
That's because there's so much goddamn rules by the time you don't even understand if you're 85. Yeah. Ooh, look at that speed.
Come on, Kamara.
Oh, he didn't get in there.
One.
Dang.
It's close. He almost got in.
He's picking up yards.
This is me pretending that I saw the play.
Yeah, I cannot believe you haven't seen the defender.
Oh, so yeah.
I'm like,
that's like the old Madden game right here, Flash, where the ambulance runs over you on the field. That's what it looks like.
But he's not the defender that actually made the block. He's the defender that missed the block and just went straight into the camera tower.
Oh my God.
He's not moving.
The only thing that it's really he isn't moving here, but my God.
I love that graphic they showed a few minutes ago too with Coryell and Dan Fouts. Like, it's nice to see those old records still hold up a little.
Well, I would have said if like last year, if you hit the Booger Mobile, people would have been up in arms. Get it off the field.
My screen's gone completely blank.
That's a dangerous job, by the way. How would you like to sit up there like that with players running at you at 500 miles an hour? I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. The TV cart got in the way? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Do you think players sell it sometimes, or no? He's really
no. The only time they sell it is when they get hit in the helmet and it doesn't hurt. It pays to lay down like the extra 2 seconds, and then the flag. Then you pop right up and you're like, hey.
So, Flash, when they come out with that spray, right? I'm watching the World Cup.
It freezes.
Does it actually help you get up and play, or is it just nonsense? I mean,
takes the sting away.
It freezes the area.
So you could just so if you're hurt, you can't get up, they come out, they spray it on, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. That quick.
Yeah, and also you're getting a breather, you're breaking up the game. Do you know what I mean?
Did you ever have the two guys come out with the little like gurney cart, pick you up and drop you off on the sideline? Did that ever happen?
Not drop me. Obviously, I had 2 broken legs in my career. I didn't. One of them. Well, I had to have 5 operations to repair. So
yeah, but did you come back in the game? Like, did you ever have one of those where you draw the card, you get carried off, but then you're ready to get back in there?
Oh yeah, I had one game where I trapped a nerve, right? And this is I trapped a nerve in my Achilles and ankle area, and they took me off. And as they were taking me off. And they said, right, got me on the side of the pitch. I got up and I stamped my foot a few times and it freed. So I was like, oh, I'm all right. They were calling me Lazarus and everything. But obviously when I had my legs broke, I wasn't getting up and back on the...
Oh, my God. They showed the replay here, Flash, of this. Yeah. Both of the guys hit it. Look at this.
Close.
Bing!
That's silly. But silly.
How bad could that guy have gotten hurt? Yeah. What?
Could he have been positioned any worse?
At first, he was dead, and then he just got up and ran.
Flash, this guy should be playing for Leeds over here. Come on.
He's out there. I'm a top.
We got the Mississippi State guy.
But
that was odd. Did
he get it?
Come on.
Taysom Hill was
man. You see the spit bounce up. That was a shot. Man.
Tell you what, though, this looks like a true Breeze quarterback sneak now, though.
Man.
This is 3rd and inches.
Boys are hitting.
We've seen that a lot in the NFL. The guys are coming out aggressive to hit, but the bodies aren't ready. They had no OTAs, no practice. I think that's why the injuries are up so much. Flash was the team's best flopper, Steve Clark says. I find that hard to believe.
I was the one.
He said you were the team's best flopper. I think I'm going to go out and beat up Steve Clark just for you.
Flash has some legendary stuff out there, though.
Yeah, dude, I've been looking up the Flash highlights. I'm so impressed. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so privileged to talk to this.
I'm just glad there was no cameras in the nightclubs and things, you know.
Flash was pre-social media. That's the way to
Oh,
live. Man.
yes, I'm so happy about that.
Yeah.
The EPL pre-social media, get away with everything. There we go.
Oh, yes. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, but I do think the conditioning. What do you guys? I mean, it was a crazy injury day, right? Like so many.
No, it's clearly conditioning. These guys. They still worked out in the off season, but you didn't get that wear and tear on your body in OTAs. You didn't have a regular camp that you were hitting and doing all the normal things. And
Alvin
you can't
and
throw
the
grown men out here. Alvin.
Totally saw that touchdown.
What's Alvin? I got to get the stat lines up here.
Oh, how do we buy it? How do we buy a Flash Watson jersey? How do we find that?
I don't know. I give all mine away to charity. Don't like to talk about it. Though. I don't like to talk about it.
Flash has to pay people to get his jersey. Kyle.
We're asking about it in the chat. We're going to get it done. Let's make that available for charity. We'll talk all night long. We'll get it done.
So Kamara's got 48 on the ground now and a touchdown. So we're close to that rushing crop, which is good. We just got to get some catches here in a second. Come on, Raiders, engage. We need to come on.
The game log. How many catches does Jared Cook have?
Jared's got 0.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that's what I get for locking that in. That's my fault.
Well, wonder if they go for 2 here. They're going to go for 2. Watch this.
I jinxed it.
Yeah, Gruden's not happy.
Is he ever happy?
No.
I don't think the Raiders are going to even.
This ain't a great start, man. Good Lord.
Impression. We're going to run Spider 2 White Banana, man. It's going to be great, man. What do you think? Was it good? Spider 2 White Banana.
Personal. They're going to go for this, right? Let's see. Or yep, here they come. Go for 2. Let's go.
Those fantasy points from Will Lutz, baby.
Go for
those
2.
DFS points. Just lock it in. Will Lutz, always a high-scoring kicker.
Yep, here they come. Make it 11.
Yep. Damn it. Well, it is what it is. I'm watching that live, obviously, so I already knew that was happening. I wasn't watching the extra point being kicked. Damn, it's hard to lie about being live. I've tried so many options.
Yep. All right, here we go. That's always a winning play. That's always a winning play. Bang. Kamara's in, 2-point conversion. Fantasy football players rejoice.
The over will take it too, though.
Come on. He's my captain on DraftKings. Alvin Kamara was the easiest captain pick ever in the history of Showdown DraftKings. In fact, for those of you watching, if you play DraftKings, maybe you don't know, 74% of the time it's a running back or a wide receiver in the first place lineup on those DraftKings Showdowns because of the added value of full point per reception, etc. Last night we had a first place winner, and it was a quarterback, but that's a running quarterback. So Cam Newton was actually the first place guy with Russell Wilson on the edge of that. So there's different ways to look at those things. We talk about that all the time, but
I got to tell you, yes, how about from a fantasy perspective or just from a human perspective? I got to say, like, Zeke Elliott's probably in the locker room last night. Like, yeah, it's all fine and good that we won, but how about you give me a goal line carry here instead of smashing your quarterback's head into the line of scrimmage after he got checked for a concussion? Who coached it? Like Mike McCarthy. You had Dak Prescott get destroyed on a play and go into the tent for a concussion. He comes back into the game, and he's quarterback sneaking all over the place, leading with his head. Good Lord.
The best goal line running back in the league right now. Derrick Henry or Zeke. You could argue one of those two.
Damn.
Mike McCarthy got bailed out yesterday. How about those 2 absolutely horrific fake punt tries in his own territory? Mike McCarthy is such a dumb coach. He's the worst. He's the absolute worst. I've been saying this forever, and he got bailed out by an inept Falcons team. Mike McCarthy is a horrible head coach. If that wouldn't have happened yesterday, this miracle comeback with the most psychotic onside kick you've probably ever seen in your life, like that's never going to happen again. Every coach.
Why is it 10-0? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry.
They kicked an extra point, got a penalty, scored a 2-point conversion, got a penalty, kicked the extra point again. Jeez.
Why are you splashing Donnie's pot? I thought I was supposed to get my pot. But no, Mike McCarthy sucks as a coach, and he's so damn lucky that was the biggest miracle you could ever see, and that really pissed me off. How many quarterbacks? Like, it's your franchise quarterback. Give the ball to Zeke, make him happy, get him in the end zone. And you're right. After the injury, I actually was texting my friend. We are in a league together. We're co-managers, and we have Zeke Elliott. And he's like, "Oh, this is a guaranteed Zeke touchdown, right?" Andy Dalton comes in. So they bring in Andy Dalton. One play, what do? Throw a pass. Are you
You know what's
kidding
funny
me?
about that too? Because even on those ones where he gets in and he scores a touchdown, but they review it and they call it back, you're supposed to hand it to him again so he gets the touchdown, and the quarterback sneak it. And it made me laugh because you're not supposed to be selfish as an athlete and a player. And you score a touchdown, that's what it is. But that's my touchdown. I am the star running back, and you have the quarterback splash in the pot, as we like to say, repeatedly. It made me laugh because, yes, they won and everybody's happy, but Zeke is back behind the scenes like, "Oh, Mike, you do this. I'm out of town, man. I don't care."
Yeah, think about this stupid sequence, right? So your quarterback leaves the field with an injury.
Yes.
You bring in Andy bleeping Dalton, okay? Hasn't thrown a pass all week, maybe a couple of them.
Did they get away from the run here? Do you think they go to the air?
They got to open something up. They can't just be.
Oh, yeah. They can't
around now
anymore. So, maybe you're looking at some props with the Hunter Renfrows and the Aguilars, et cetera. So you bring in your backup quarterback. You're at the half-yard line. Instead of handing it to the first or arguably second best goal line back in the league, you throw it with Andy Dalton to a backup tight end. Your injured quarterback comes in off the sideline. You're like, "Hey, guess what we should do? Let's QB sneak him." Mike McCarthy is a idiot. I hate Mike McCarthy. I'm going to say that right now. I would not help him if his car was broken down on the side of the road. I would not.
Yeah, but what about Bill
That
O'Brien?
was a big offensive game, too.
Oh, Bill O'Brien's close.
No, he killed me last year. Absolutely killed me.
He's bad. Well, his problem is he's a general manager, right? Like, why would you make
this he likes?
He's a terrible coach too. He's just lucky that Mike McCarthy's in the league to make him look smarter because Bill O'Brien is awful.
He
looks like
bad.
Therapy dropped the baby. He's a terrible general manager. I mean, look at what DeAndre Hopkins is doing in Arizona. Look at
I love it. I'm glad they trade him there because now you get a fun team in the NFL.
Yeah,
all right, Raiders.
Wide open.
That's so sloppy.
Edwards.
Who's that? Old Ronald Curry number right there, 89? Who else was that? What was Amari Cooper
Edwards.
for them?
Oh, I think he was 88.
No, he was 18, I thought, for them.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
It was definitely an 8 at the end. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it was
overthrew him again. He overthrew him by miles. Henry Ruggs. Oh,
Derek Carr is no good.
He was open too. He had a step.
He was. Throw it on there. Get a pay. That's the difference between a good quarterback and a bad quarterback. Even if you make a decent pass, you get a pass interference. But if it's so bad, you ain't getting jack.
Nice. They're going on the going to the air off there.
Ooh, what do you guys think about this live line moving to minus 10.5? My goodness.
It makes sense.
yeah.
Say please.
I haven't seen anything out of the Raiders yet.
I mean, this try they could do something here. They're in good position.
Should we look at some live prop bets? What do we got? Let's see.
Yeah, bring them up. What you got over there?
I'm going to pull them up. You guys talk about
a Derek Carr fan. Ever you a Derek Carr fan, watch this.
Oh, and a hold for good measure, Flash. There you go.
He knows I'm on the under completions.
Good Lord, man.
I've always thought that.
Oh, wait, pass interference?
To a 5-yard penalty. I hate the 10-yard.
No, declined it because it was a.
Yeah, what the heck? What's the ref doing? Come on, ref.
Just saying
get it together. Damn. He's showing pass interference this way, and he's changing it up. Come on now.
Oh my God! I just updated it. It went to 11.5.
That's a covered sack. If I ever like the offensive lineman gets hung with a sack on this one, that's all on Carr. Get rid of the ball, man.
Yeah.
What did he want?
He had so much time. Forget it.
Who is it? Carson Wentz playing tonight? What the hell's going on?
Oh my God!
He's not a ball,
man. Damn.
I'm gonna sit here like Johnny Smugly. Honest to God.
Damn, Wentz, get off the ball.
259 yards. He put him up at.
Oh my!
That is unbelievable. What's he on? He's on 29. Oh, disgusting. And this was the reason I was wanting to go under, because I thought it might be one-sided.
Yeah, I think that's a smart call. As
I
you
left
watch
the total
it,
because I thought, listen, if I'm going to go with just go with Carr, just fade Carr, and we've got chances.
hey, what about right now? I can get over 17.5 on the Saints at plus 104. Do we think they score two more times and another
Over 17? What?
In the first
over
half,
17.5?
Yeah,
I could see them getting to 20.
sure.
Yeah, every chance.
10
I'm
points.
gonna
And the
throw
ball.
a few bucks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw a few bucks on over 17.5 first half total. Live betting right now. That's what I'm getting at my bookie. I'm gonna do it. I think they score two more times.
They might even get a 2-point conversion.
And also over under 47.
The smart
Hey,
one is that we're in play. Yes, you press the button, Kyle. Stop talking.
I'm gonna take the under of the Raiders 6.5 too. I think they maybe only get a field goal in that second quarter.
But Flash with his internet though, he's got to really get after. Like when he pushes bet, Flash, it doesn't show up for another hour, so he's got to.
That's right. It'll be next week. It'll be Thursday.
Are they playing? Are they playing next week? You've got them over 7.5 next week.
Yeah,
we're taking that bet slip. We're getting it at. I'm taking the Saints over 17.5. The Raiders. I'm going to say a 20-3 halftime score.
I wouldn't go with the Raiders because they're going to be desperado. They throw it and you get pass interference, even though it's not warranted. Oh, I think that's a risky one, isn't it?
Well, scared money doesn't make money, Flash.
Oh yeah. No, well, yeah, okay. I'm just trying to be a bit too.
Plus, I've had some with. No, you're right. By the way, listen to Flash if you're watching the show. Don't listen to me. I like to take chances, and we're having some fun. And I had a good.
Tell him about John Ross last week. Tell him about John Ross.
Yeah, John Ross. So John Ross on Thursday night. Hey, that was plus 39,400. So all he had to do was hit a couple deep balls on a banged up Cleveland secondary. But he didn't get anything. He got 0 yards.
Tell you what, though, listen, we don't want to wish our life away, but what about next Monday? Please.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I saw that coming up on the schedule. Like I was looking just a couple days ago, and I'm like, yes, sir. That is going to be a good time.
I spoke to Wellcapper, I think it was in July or when the schedule first come out, and he went, what about week 3? And now I'm looking at it, and I thought, Chiefs. And I'm seriously thinking about going over the I think they could win by 10, the Ravens.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're fair, because most people will look at that line and be like, wait a second, I'm going to get Mahomes getting points. I don't care who they're playing, where they're playing. I'm going to do that every time. But about that business, Baltimore Ravens, man, there's a reason why that line opened up at 3. It's now 3.5. But you can look at them and be like, I got Mahomes. He'll do it against anybody. It's a shame that there's not going to be fans to watch that game in Baltimore.
No, yeah. Well, we'll be here, hopefully, if we get the call.
Yep.
All right.
That should get it. Does that get him the total?
I'm going to listen to Flash. I'm not taking the Raiders.
Yes.
I'm just going to take the over 17.5.
Wait, no, 57.
I think the Saints get to 20. I think the Saints get to 20 before halftime.
What do you want? How many do you want? 53. Got 53 at the moment.
Yeah, 57.5 I need.
You need 4 more. Probably be this this play. Oh no, I think he's going.
And then need some screen passes. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah, he's going to go deep here. He's got.
Or you know what? He could just go for actually.
One on one, top corner. Go on.
Oh, the odds just got better. I'm just getting up to plus 125 now over 17.5. I like that. Let's go.
Yeah, they're always a bit ahead of you, aren't they? It's probably thrown an interception or something.
Oh,
that's what normally happens when that happens.
That's a fair point by Steve Clark. Scared.
How about this, Kyle? Look at the chat box. Now this says we got like loyal followers out here. Yeah. Somebody is quoting an accurate quote from me, which I can't even believe they would remember this quote. Scared money doesn't make money, but it can cost you your mortgage, car, and your family. That's correct. I don't know. That's not my burner account writing it. That is very impressive out there.
And the dog.
All I'm saying is I never, and we preach this, never bet more than you can afford to lose. It's supposed to be fun and enhance your experience, not cost you your life.
Go.
Oh my God, he overthrew him.
I had a great Sunday.
Let's see if it's pass interference.
That's
it's offensive.
Yeah, he was wide open. So
he's cooking.
Yeah, but
that's probably why he was open.
Yeah.
Cook, you'd have added 30 there.
Wow.
Raiders with a 0.
Man, you got to get these live bets in so quick.
You do. They give that's what I love about live bets. They have that little like ticker waiting to say, all right, if it's a really good play, we're going to knock your thing out, even though you didn't even see the play. Thanks, guys.
Exactly.
But if it's a terrible play, well, you're in. Congratulations. Here's your bet and your confirmation number.
Yeah, at least give me 10 seconds to hit fucking bet or bleeping bet. Sorry about that.
There's Kyle is going to be on the unemployment line again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm getting fired again every Monday. I'm on the fire. I'm on the chopping block. I'm doing my best not to smoke cigarettes in this one. It's a bad look, so I'm doing my best not to do it.
I come on. Listen, I got a bit of cake as well.
So if Flash is allowed to eat, am I allowed to smoke, or is it Flashes is still better, right? I shouldn't smoke. It's bad for the kids, right?
There's a lot of kids watching.
Dinner time. What am I going to eat at 9 o'clock when we go off air?
Yeah, no. I'm going to join Flash. I'm going to take the L for the team.
There you go.
Pastry?
A little bit of cake.
Come on, Carr. What do you got here? It's probably their best play tonight.
It is. All night.
Josh Jacobs and nobody else. Let's go.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for Ruggs to get off a little bit, but who knows how that knee's all flared up there. Vitalis, Hurricanes and Florida State game. Flashes take the under. I'm looking forward to that. I had a good time watching that game Saturday night.
That was fun.
Did you hear about Clemson?
Action.
They had their eighth string in.
Oh my God, that's such a. If I would have had whatever the 49 and a half or whatever, and you had, oh my God,
it was 44,
I wouldn't have been able to survive that.
It was 44, and they were like 49 up.
That's unbelievable.
And 0-0 in the second half.
Yep. But the Yanks
in the chat box. Most bettors not betting for entertainment. Well, I mean, you could bet to try to win some money, but you better make sure that you're doing things responsibly. I'm always going to say that. That's going to be my mantra, and you'll never hear me break against that because we don't want Timmy not having a sandwich at school lunch tomorrow because you bet the over on the Saints Raiders. I mean, come on, man.
Nope. 40. We work for sports books here, Kyle. We are betting until we can max out our cards.
That's right. Well, I mean, I do that. I'm obviously degenerate. I mean, come on.
So you get that email that comes through saying you're no longer welcome here.
That's right.
Or when you wake up in the morning, Flash, and the email comes through. We have some unauthorized activity at some offshore accounts. That wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No, refund it. Refund my money now.
And your daughter's sitting there laughing.
Yeah. I love those.
Unauthorized. What have we got here? Let's see. We got some live in-game betting. Saints -9, -114. Let's look at DraftKings. Over there hasn't changed. It's been at 47 for primarily all of the first quarter, so not a lot of line movement on that. How about Thursday night's game? You got the little Florida action with Gardner Minshew and the boys.
That's great about them. They don't realize how bad they are.
Well, I think we're seeing two teams who are better than we thought they were, right? Like we're talking Miami and Jacksonville was one of the longest odds on the whole.
Yeah, it shows you what an athletic quarterback who's balling out can do for your team.
Hey, and
wins was like 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 3.5, 4.5. And I'm in a league where they use bench quarterback points as the tiebreaker. So I made sure I have Kyler Murray, and then I'm like, hey, in the 14th round, I'm taking Gardner Minshew because that team's going to throw 50 times a game. They're going to have to. And I did, Steve. I lit a cig. I didn't want to, but I did it. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Donnie talked me into it when he said, "There's no kids watch." Well, he said kids are watching in a sarcastic way. So I took that.
It's a candy cigarette, like back in the day.
It's a candy cigarette. Yeah, they come in a little box, and I just chew on it, and your teeth rot out. But no, seriously, I think Jacksonville, even Miami, they've had a tough schedule. New England, we saw how good New England was. We didn't know how good they were after they beat Miami, but that was a great game last night. Showed a lot of resolve. That offense looks better than we thought they were going to look with Cam Newton. They were 2.5 feet away from winning that game.
It was a great game to watch, man.
It was a great game. So New England, I'm actually feeling better about New England than I did. And we know Seattle's going to be good. And we know Buffalo's good. Miami lost to Buffalo by 10. Or Miami lost to New England by 10. And Miami lost to Buffalo by 4. It was one of my 2 losses yesterday. Was Buffalo not covering the damn spread. I was so pissed at that garbage time touchdown. But it's a true story. Brian Flores is going to have that team ready to play. I'm actually really impressed what I've seen out of Jacksonville. They came back. They were dead to rights against Tennessee, who's a good football team. They came back. I think they presented themselves well. Devontae Parker, Myles Gaskin, waiver wire pickup this week. I talked about him on our DFS show, if you remember, Donnie. Myles Gaskin.
Yeah, way down the list.
And he had to listen, like those things are something to look at. I think it's a really interesting game. Like a lot of fans are gonna be like, 2 crappy teams. I think that's a tough game to pick right now. There's 2 teams to me that have overachieved, even though Miami's 0-2.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's interesting. That Jacksonville game's interesting because the Shad Khan's probably going to fire everybody if they even win one more game because you're banking on Trevor Lawrence being your quarterback, which is funny. If Gardner Minshew balls out and you get the number 1 overall pick, you still got to go Trevor Lawrence, right? It doesn't even matter at that point.
The country loves Minshew mania. They love the stash, man.
Like you wouldn't trade away him for draft picks to be like Minshew's the guy. I mean, I like Gardner Minshew, but you're talking about a guy that might be generational coming down the line, though.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
What about Justin Herbert, by the way?
How about
you could probably get a pretty good draft pick for Minshew though if he plays well this year.
Yeah, I think so. And I have to eat crow on Justin Herbert. You've heard me on the show saying they should have traded up and drafted Tua. Really he looked amazing. He looked amazing. He really did. Over 300 yards against a defending Super Bowl champ. You found out you're the starter right in the game, the warm-ups. Like Tyrod Taylor got chest pains during pregame warm-ups and had to go to the hospital. He hadn't practiced all week with the first team. So for that performance, 300 yards passing, a rushing touchdown, I thought
his coach that just hung the team out to dry is like, you know what? Let's punt this football back to the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll stop them and we'll get it back and win this game. It's just terrible stuff. And then Anthony Lynn comes out today and is like, look, Tyrod Taylor's our starting quarterback, and everybody's like, oh man.
Yeah, what was that all about? Come on.
He's week to week. He's week to week. He's not starting this week. I'm telling you, Justin Herbert will start this week.
Yeah.
And we've kind of talked about that in the DFS video. San Diego, or LA, I should say, sorry. I'm from San Diego, but
still doing it. Yeah.
The Chargers play the Chiefs really well. That's a good secondary. Donnie and I was fortunate enough
to have pass rush, man.
Have him on my show, and that's a good secondary, especially in the slot with Chris Harris Jr. Even though
they're going to say legal contact here, they are.
That's got to be pass interference of somehow. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like you look at the Chargers, like you're not going anywhere. If Herbert comes in that game and doesn't play well, you're like, oh, kid wasn't ready anyway. We're going to go back to Tyrod Taylor as long as he can take a snap under center. But when the kid comes out and balls out against the champions, that's your franchise, man. Just let him go. Let him ball out. Like, hey, look, if you go 4-12 with him and he plays well this year, if that's even possible, that's your only goal. Your only goal is not, hey, Tyrod Taylor got us to 8-8. What a great no. Your goal is to get that kid ready so he can play in the future. Let him burn, man. Let it rip.
I completely agree. And I think that's a great point by Joseph Gomez. What if the Jets end up being the worst team? Do they bail on Sam Darnold?
100% you do. Like when you have a guy coming down the pipeline like Lawrence, you bail. And maybe you can recover a 3rd-round pick or a 2nd-round pick on Sam Darnold. But you move on, man. It's not like this isn't a call. Look, I wonder if he's going to be good in the NFL. No, Trevor Lawrence is going to be generational. You trade him. You see it.
Right. And I think the Cardinals are a great example. They drafted Josh Rosen, 9th overall. Didn't work out. And the next year they take Kyler Murray number 1 and they trade him away to Miami for a 2nd-round pick.
Done deal.
There's a lot of people, including myself, are like, God, that's a weird way to run a franchise. Well, guess what? They did the right damn thing, right? So So, you got to go with your guts on some
Your
of these
team
things.
isn't jack. Don't worry about first-round picks, number 1 picks. Your team is not going to do jack unless you have your legitimate quarterback, and you keep taking them until they work out. Doesn't matter. Well, we just drafted Darnold 2 years ago. So what? Trevor Lawrence. And I'm sure Trevor Lawrence would be like, yo, am I going to Jacksonville or New York City? Yeah, I'll take the Jets.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy call, right?
Yep.
Although in these
Unless they get rid of Gase, I mean, I wouldn't want to play for Gase if I'm Warren.
Yeah, exactly, right? He's crazy ass head coach. Come on,
He
man.
was talking.
He got to be fired.
He was actually talking to the Patriots at one stage.
Mm-hmm. Well, Adam Gase is going to be the first coach fired. I talked about this months ago. He's going to be. He is.
It already happened.
It should have already happened. The locker room bailed on him months ago before the season even started.
So they've got it going here, the Raiders.
Ooh, that's good. Come on, man. Let's cover some spreads tonight, Raiders.
Let's go.
Oh.
So early on, I said I was all in on Waller. He's already got 4 receptions in this game. So
that's a good point.
That's a great point. And Jared Cook is not living up to that prop bet. So a lot of game to be played. I always say a lot of game to be played. I'm going through these live odds now. I need the Saints to go ahead and get over the 17.5. I only threw a few bucks on it, but
Oh, nice play. There you go. That's Carr. Look at Carr thinking on his feet, huh?
And by the way, I'm glad that Flash talked me out of the under 6.5. So good job by Flash. See?
Well, they've not kicked the extra point yet.
Flash.
Imagine they miss the extra point.
Sometimes it's good. This is why it's good to have 3 other smart people around you when you're a dumbass, so they can bail you out of these bad bets. So thank you, Flash, for that. I'm going to send you a present down there. I'm going to get the
keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
It's going to be clean. I will never make it dirty with Flash. I'm going to send him an arm sleeve. He's going to get back on that golf course before we know it. You're going to. Hey, I use an arm sleeve for all mine too because I had a left elbow injury, so I use an arm sleeve when I play golf now.
6 months, this has been bad.
It's going to get better. You're an EPL legend, an athlete.
Well, I used to see, I've been swimming every day for like the last 2.5 months, and I was doing breaststroke like really sharp, and I think it's the twisting as well. So I get to there, and then I'm twisting away, and oh my god. I was in a right old
like right stroke, left stroke. What's the best stroke?
Right. Oh, hey, I love that in the chat, by the way. Our bookie killer, Lee Martin. Lee Martin's throwing out great picks all the time.
What she got tonight? What's Lee on tonight?
She's 4-0, -4. Like Joseph Gomez, where the bookie killer, Lee Martin. I'm telling you, everybody at SBR is doing great stuff.
Except you, Kyle? God damn it.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's that bad, but I'm probably bringing up the rear. That's.
What did you? By the way, we are good. We try to save some stuff for tomorrow, so we'll save those pick sixes when they get finalized on the show. But also, Kelsey will be on the show tomorrow, and then Thursday our normal key show. We'll have some fun on that too.
Yeah. So. Well, I need Drew and Breeze. Go ahead. Go ahead, Flash. I'm sorry.
No. I just said I like that. I like that show.
No. She does a great job, and Drew Brees is a stud muffin, and we can't wait to talk about it. I actually sent her a message today that I was going to call Drew Brees a stud muffin at least 4 times tonight. So we had an over/under bet on that, and that's a lot of fun. But I went for my 2 losses in the pick 6. I had the Browns -6, and Joe Burrow ruined that with a garbage. So my two losses were Buffalo and Cleveland because of
on it.
Garbage time touchdown. Other than that, 4-2. My prop bets hit. I had a really good Sunday. I was so mad at Buffalo that I didn't realize that I made money till I looked at it at like 9:00 at night last night. I was like,
Josh Allen throwing for 4 bills, man.
And still not covering because of stupid Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, come on. Do you really?
The Chiefs are the ones that killed me.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs. The Chiefs. I had that in a 9-pick parlay, and I was
Flash. How about you get the Chiefs yesterday? Right, you're looking at the game like, wait a second, they're starting quarterbacks out, rookies in. You're like, oh my god, Chiefs roll. Yeah, crazy man.
That Chargers defense always plays Mahomes tough. They do it. And we talked about it in that DFS video.
Front four, you don't need to blitz. When you don't have to blitz Patrick Mahomes and you can get home or get some pressure, that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
and they're going to try and do that next week. The Ravens. It's just be interesting to see what they come up with to combat that.
Yeah, Ravens lost the slot corner too. That's the one of the
Yes,
worst
they
times.
did.
Yeah.
Tavon Young, is that his name?
Yeah.
I believe
Yes,
that
it
was his
is.
name. They lost him
Yes, it
today. And then we saw more news. Nick Bosa is out for the year for the 49ers. Oh, so many
injuries.
My
Niners
favorite-
just looks like one of those years for the
Jeff
Niners.
Driscoll? Jeff Driscoll coming in, keeping the game close against the Steelers was pretty crazy.
I thought that was impressive.
I did thought he played, and then Cortland Sutton went down again too. Yeah.
Yeah, so what the hell do we do with that Denver team next week? I mean, you go against that quarterback, but let me look at
You get Godwin back. You get Godwin back now. That offense, another week under with Tom Brady, they should be humming next week.
Well, that's what we said this week against Carolina. Look how good the Raiders offense looked last week against Carolina. And then look what Tom Brady – I mean, he had the one good throw to Mike Evans. We had the one drop.
What they end up scoring yesterday? The
34.
Yeah, they were up there,
wasn't that impressive. It was the Leonard Fournette show, which really pissed me off in one of my fans. Luckily, I just obliterated my opponent.
There's your boy. There's your boy.
Catches now. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. Flag him? Flag him?
Oh, that should have been great.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I can hit, but it was kind of.
He's going to get there. He's going to get there.
Yeah, we're going to get that over 100 easy now. Let's go.
Come on.
Well, we got 100 joint, yeah?
Yeah, 100. That was it. It was 107. Yeah.
107. Yeah, no, Alvin Kamara.
DraftKings had 99.5 for.
What's that?
DraftKings had 99.5 for rushing and receiving.
Oh, wow.
Did they? Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a bad number then. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was minus 167.
That's probably why. Yeah, I got 107. Yeah.
I mean, I saw the combined at 62, but it was like minus 900.
Oh, that's not worth it. That's not worth
Slash
it. No
buying
matter
points
what.
right there. Yeah, buying yards. I like it.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Yeah, he's got 23 and 53, so we're looking at 76 yards. I mean, come on, he's like 25 yards in the second half. Stop it. Let's go.
I'm not happy with Carl coming out with 9 from 11 and 85 yards, and they've all been dink and dunks.
It's all dink and dunks. Look at Drew Brees, 70 yards passing, including that last one there. Man.
I'm not going to lie. Every time that Flash talks bad about Derek Carr, I think he's saying Kyle because I'm bad at understanding. So I'm like, damn it, Kyle did something wrong again. So I'm like, damn, I've done something wrong like 14 times tonight.
That car is crap.
Derek, yeah, that car is. If you say that, I'll be so insecure by the end of the show. It'll be
no problem. You'll have your mate saying you're doing a great job, Kyle.
Yeah, no, you're doing a great. This is a lot of fun, like how many people can sit around, right, talk football with, three people, I'm fortunate enough to be a part of this team. So 3 people smarter than them and have a great time and get paid for it. It's crazy.
Get paid for coming on here?
Yeah. For some reason,
Are they paying you here, Kyle? I mean,
I get like 47 cents an hour or something like that.
You sure? Because whenever I moan about not being paid on Monday night,
and Flash, and not only that, they didn't even tell him they're going to pay him in cologne. So he's like, "Damn,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
It's a bad state of affairs. We're just about to move house as well, so
yeah,
I'll have one of them SBR. The funny thing is, they've asked me like for my measurements on the backboard for the SBR because. I said, well, how comes, hold on a minute, Donnie and Carl have both got one. And they went, yeah, well, we wanted to see what it looked like on them. And if it's okay, then you can have one.
Oh, damn. Royalty. I like that.
Test tube. Love it.
Now you all know the pecking order here at SBR. Flash is the king of the castle. Donnie runs the shows.
The lab rats. Send it to the lab rats. Yeah.
Yeah. Jason's the smart one, and I'm just like the idiot drunk. Hopefully, throwing in some.
Come on, we want a nice, slow, methodical drive.
Drew Brees.
Oh no, we want over 7.5, though, don't we? So, let's get it straight away. Let's get it straight away, 3 and out, and then we'll go with a little. There you go.
Take some help back there too. Huh?
First down.
I like this question. Do you guys miss Korean baseball? Are you missing that?
I didn't bet Korean baseball. That's Kyle playing right there. Jason.
No, Jason was smashing that. I was watching his video.
Is it over yet? Or what are they doing?
Yeah, it goes on until like December.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it.
60, 70 games.
I like it when Devin Wade says he insta-mutes when I speak. That's a good idea. That's what my ex-wife did. And
is there a program they could do that on YouTube? Say, I just don't want to listen to the guy in the top right-hand corner.
Great idea, man. Great job. Good on you on that. Got that sorted out.
Joe Breeze. Come on, man. We need Alvin. I don't even see Alvin in the game right now. Wait, he is. There he is.
Listen, Jared Cook, he just saving him for when they get tired.
Smith's having a day right now, man.
Traquan.
That's having a day.
I shouldn't. I knew I jinxed it right from the beginning. I can't stand that.
Breeze banged up. What's going on?
So let me give you a backstory on this. I had a DraftKings lineup. I was first place. I was winning 300,000 by myself. Traquan Smith was my sleeper pick, and all he had to do was catch one pass for 10 yards. The ball comes his way, and I want to say this is 2018. Who is against the Falcons? The ball comes his way. If he catches this, I am $50,000 richer.
Ooh, here we go.
And he drops it. And so me and Traquan Smith are not friends. I will never put money on him. I don't trust him. And that's it. You know, I have my own biases, and that's how it's
trade.
Oh, well, last year I had a really, really tasty time with Green Bay, and Billy Graham was dropping them in the end zone and everything for me.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Graham. Yeah.
No, Billy Graham. Remember the old evangelist?
Oh,
I was just going to say, yeah. I was like, oh, no, we're Billy Graham. Yeah.
He healed a knee injury for me like 6 years ago. Thank you, Billy Graham.
Oh, did he?
No, I'm kidding. Of course he did.
What music are you listening to, Jay?
What'd you say?
He's playing he's playing video games right now, Flash.
Are you playing video games, Jason?
Am I playing? Yeah, I'm really playing video games right now. Yeah, that's how
you're smart enough. I actually believe that Jason could play a video game, win the video game, and break down his stats.
I am very good at Madden. I'm very good. So,
are you a Jets fan as well?
I'm a Giants and Jets fan on both New York teams because I used to write about them in high school. So I just, when they used to be good, they would play, 1 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Eastern. Well, now they just both play at 1 o'clock because nobody cares. They both suck.
Right. Yeah,
but they used to play at 1 and 4, and you used to be able to watch both games. And of course, the Giants and Jets don't play against each other for like 4 years, every 4 years. So it's like whatever, you can root for both, But now they both suck and they both play at 1 o'clock.
There you go.
Are you a Jets fan as well, Jay? Did you play Jets?
Jets and Giants. So I get a double whammy the last couple of years. So it's been a lot of fun.
One year the Jets will be good again.
Shout out to my biggest fan, Devin Wade. Says Kyle looks like he's 25 and working out. What a handsome son of a bitch. Thank you, Devin.
Yeah.
That was nice of you. I appreciate that.
Oh, he dropped it?
No, he got it.
He dropped. Did he drop that, Kyle? Or Flash?
No, I think he got it.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think he got it.
Touchdown.
This is me pretending that I saw it.
Oh, yeah, I think he got it. Let's see, replay here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Whoop.
He got it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was just waiting.
He got that. Come on.
So can I tick off? Can I tick off the Jared Cook?
Touchdown. Yep, take it off.
Plus 170.
There we go, baby. Hey, we're almost on our way to our plus 70.
Cooking.
We need like 144 yards and another
Cooking.
No big deal. Easy peasy. Let's go.
That's
6 yards for Jared Cook is all you need tonight.
That's it. My job's done with Jared Cook.
Steve Clark, are you telling me that you want me to smoke more cigarettes? Because I'll definitely do that.
Marlboro Reds, baby. That 17 and a half is now back in play for the Saints.
Oh, without a doubt. 3 and out here. You're looking at 14.
Yeah, they'll get the ball back in 1 or 2 minutes. They got 2 times. Yep.
That was going to be one of my props today, funnily enough. That the last scoring play of the first half was a field goal.
Oh, I like that. Oh, we got 522. I'm going to hit that over 17 and a half. The Saints are going to get that field goal. Saints are going to get that field goal. It's not going to be Raiders are going to go 3 and out. And we talk about this, right? Like, this is why these first half things are good, because if this was the second half and you needed the Saints to do something, they wouldn't be doing that.
They'd be running.
They'd be running the football. But if they get the ball back now, what are they going to be doing? Trying to score before the half so they can offset that kickoff ratio. So that's why.
Again, because obviously the Raiders get the ball first, second half.
Right.
So they've got to make sure that they put a bit of space between them and.
There's plenty of time for the Saints to cover this over 17.5, and I'm going to make some money. And me and my favorite fan, Devin Wade, who said,
our sharp-eyed viewers that have been with us from the beginning, have I eaten 2 apples and a banana? Because I can't find one of the apples.
And a pastry. Yeah.
No, it wasn't pastry. Healthy. It was a bit of cake. Bit of like little sponge cake, you know?
Oh.
I'm not going to smoke again until Flash eats something unhealthy. So I hope you have more cake available.
Flash got to go swimming in the Tarcolis tomorrow. So it's a big day.
Yeah. I can actually smell chips downstairs. I can smell chips.
Jerko, I did pour a double for you, and we'll do a shot at halftime. How's that? What do you think? Me and Jerko Gaming doing a shot at halftime.
The halftime extravaganza is coming up.
Yeah.
Are you a drinker, Jay?
No.
No, nothing.
No, nothing for me.
He's not married yet. Flash, he never got married, so.
When I turned 21, I just stopped. It wasn't fun anymore. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
once you turn 21, it's like it's over. The fun's over.
Jesus.
So,
See, we're not going to get it out of Donnie because he's a professional. He's just like the consummate professional, like the best you could have. And then, so I'm just going to be the dirty one on the whole show. And,
That's it.
Who's the guy in this bar? He's smoking, he's.
I'm the Stu Gatz. I'm the Stu Gatz, right? Son of a bitch. I'll never be taken seriously again, And it's hard to be. It's hard to be taken seriously or be smart when you got Jason Radowitz on the show. The guy like mathematically computes everything in like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
What was your chosen subject? Did you get your master's in, Jay?
It was in journalism, so not anything to do with numbers. I'm really not that smart.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
You're more.
Don't let him talk that because he's smart. Jason is so damn smart.
That's why I've just done a maths master's in South Carolina.
Yeah. And
honestly, I used to talk to him about things, and there was no numbers involved. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Because you start with the you got to find the solution, or you got to work backwards. And I was like, I thought I was pretty switched on when it came to numbers until I saw equations where there was no numbers.
Yeah.
What do they call it? What do they call that type of maths? Is it? I'm just
with no math with no numbers. Sign me up. Damn.
Yeah. Right.
Analytics. Analytics. By the way, Devin Wade, it's all but love for me too. By the way, I'm having a ton of fun talking to the chat, so I just ramble on. That's what we do. We're having a big party here. We have seriously, like for me, so we got the best. Like Donnie's, you're gonna find Donnie hosting like this ESPN show before you know it because he's the best host we know. Flash, we have an EPL celebrity. We have the mad scientist, brain surgeon in Jason. And then we have my dumbass, and here I am. I'm just like the sort of ugly.
It'll be me, Kyle, and me, Jason, and Flash. We'll move on to bigger and better things in a couple of years. You'll still see Kyle here. So yeah.
There was a time where there was an idiot here that wore a button-up shirt to try to look handsome, and there you go.
Oh, that's bad play. That is bad.
Man, come on.
Bad missed tackle. I didn't need that on third down.
I think that's good for the over. Yeah,
yes,
I think
we
that's
did.
good for the over.
He dropped everything last year when I had him.
Come on.
Jason Mendoza in the chat box says, question, when and what was your first good sports bet win to get a bankroll? Did you grind for a little money, just a big bet? To be honest with you, James, there's a lot of people that will say like, boy, I set aside a certain amount of money to win or lose. That's not 99.9% of gamblers who say, I got a couple $100 in my account and I'm going to see what I can do this weekend. And we're all have a little bit of that in us. So grinding out just to make a profit at the end of the week is what I look forward to. The people that honestly tell you, to be honest with you, I have a $10,000 bankroll and I only play a small – that's not real gamblers, so to speak, out here. So I just say, am I up at the end of the week? Am I down at the end of the week? If I'm down this much at the end of the week, let's not try to blow it the next week and be a little bit more conservative. But I always enjoy the people out here that say, I don't dip into my bankroll a certain amount. Come on, man. We bet.
No,
Stop.
yeah, no. No, you win some, you lose some, you get lucky and you don't. And I've had some big wins and I've had some big losses when I got carried away and didn't think about it too much. But
we're supposed to say, Kyle, the right thing, saying, start with a bankroll, don't go over it, don't do that.
Well, I've been trying to do that, but I get bashed for that too. But what it's true. I've been trying. I remember, didn't I say?
Oh, come on! I need this car train to stop, man. He's on 119 yards and he's not through one over 10 yards yet.
See, I thought it was the Kyle train. I thought he was just mad at me.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought he was actually going to be like, I don't want Kyle on the show anymore.
11,
really?
119.
My bad.
No, should have been picked, man. He should have been picked.
My first win, I'll be honest with you, is when I was a little kid, my stepdad used to bring me in to give all of his friends the picks. There was a game called Sports Action. I don't know if any of you remember that, but it was a slip, kind of like a gambling slip. Yeah. And you picked your games. We're talking 1991, 1992.
Yeah.
And he called me in. I picked the games. We got 12 in a row right. I was 9 years old, and my family won like $13,000, and I got a new bike out of it. I got a new bike.
Right.
So I got a little dyno VFR bike out of it, and then the friends kept coming over forever, and that's what it was. But you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. The best thing I guess I could say, and I think you guys would agree, is give yourself a strategy. Make sure you have the right information.
That's so
Sometimes
bad.
The information is going to be right.
Latimer. You talk about Latimer. Watch him here.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Flash, we like this, don't we?
We jumped. So he's killing me yardages. I've got under 260.
Come on, I need to actually want a Saint stop so I can get
the 140 now. This should have been just off. That should have been fourth down and off.
Yeah, it should have been.
What's he trying to underjump it for?
Tech Rally, it was not a $13,000 bike. It was like $200, but I had a dyno. Yeah, I had a dyno VFR too. That's what I got for winning my dad the bet. And, that's how it starts, and you just find a love for it, and you find your passion. The next thing you know, dreams come true, and you're sitting around a bunch of people smarter than you, and this is how it happens, right? I mean,
it starts with winning a bike, ends up on YouTube.
Yeah, you end up at SBR, and next thing you know, people think you're smart or think you're stupid. There's plenty of mixed reviews on that. I'm happy with all that.
No, they're not mixed. They're not mixed.
Oh God!
Yes, it's totally true. It's totally true.
Mix them and match them.
Yeah, it's totally true.
He's doing my head in. My face is like John Gruden's.
I think
what was the penalty? Yeah, it should have been a neutral zone.
I think you're more handsome than Chucky Flash. Honest to God, I think you are. Someone asked
me. Flash is Halloween. That's what Flash is going to be for Halloween.
This is actually a true story, Flash. My ex-mother-in-law, my ex-wife's mom, who is a big fan of the show. We're still very close. And she goes, "Who's the best looking guy on your show?" And I'm like, it's got to be the EPL British, just stud coming out. And she's like, "I totally agree. I love Flash Watson." So there you go. But
my age as well.
Yeah. And then we get Donnie's also. He gets a lot of handsome comments from
Mr. America, Captain America.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear. They call him Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, Philip Rivers, Buzz Lightyear, whatever.
Yeah, I've heard Philip Rivers. Yeah. I heard the Philip Rivers too. They said last week I brought another guest on, and he said he looked like Tony Romo. And it's like, this week you brought on Philip Rivers. I'm like, damn,
that's true. I did see that. Yeah.
We'll get on to you in a minute, Jay.
I know we're gonna call me Drew Brees. I know it's okay.
Yep. There you go.
I'll be a Hall of Famer. I can't complain.
Who's that kicker for the Colts with the glasses? My son, by the way, wears the glasses. He look handsome.
Yeah.
And the glass. I don't know, man. When I get a chance to watch your shows, I'm like, man, that's just a smart dude who breaks down the numbers. So don't sell yourself short. You're a handsome man with a big brain. It's gonna work out.
I gotta get a haircut, but
I was going to say that.
I've been so busy.
Birds nested in that thing, and
I'm busy winning. Yeah, come on, leave it alone.
I've been so busy because there's so many sports going on that I just don't bother. But I gotta get it done this week.
Get one of these.
Then the hair's gonna come up there because it's the stupid headset. My hair just flies everywhere now. So
Hey, but you're happy, my lad. You're sleeping well when you're happy.
By the way, guys, this is a watch party, so we're having a party. There's nothing off the table.
Did anyone go with me on the Jared Cook? Anytime?
I think there's a bunch of people.
Are you walking alone, Flash?
No, there's a couple people that
waste of time me coming on here, giving you winners and then and putting you off winners card.
No, there were people in the chat that said that they took it for sure.
Damn right. And we're all on Kamara. We are all Alvin Kamara tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And one in the pocket. Just need a couple more to get that second bagger. Bang it.
Yeah. I'm not happy about this Derek Carr prop, though.
And how long is this goddamn commercial?
I'm not happy about my Jared Cook prop either. I'm getting kind of upset. Let's go.
We've done the business now. We don't see him for the rest of the night. How many do you have? Over what? 4 yards? 4 receptions or yardages?
I had 4.5, 54.5 for Cook.
Okay.
It's not looking good.
Has anyone spotted Emmanuel Sanders yet, by the way?
I don't know. What's this guy even?
He had a target in the end zone, but it was overthrown.
All right, back to some game action.
Let's get a touchdown here.
Let me pull up the
on
game.
the ground. We'll go.
I get so busy talking to you guys. I have no idea what the hell is happening in this game.
Right, this is one of my bugbears now, right, about the NFL. I always believe that if you're going to run a play and it's a rushing play and you get caught before the line of scrimmage, you can drive them back. You know, you like a sack. Do you know what I mean?
Pick them up and put them like 20 yards back.
Correct. Yeah. But the refs keep blowing it. And I agree, if you get over the scrimmage line, then that's fair. But if you catch them in the backfield, you should be able to drive them right back. So what I'm saying is they advance a yard, but they get drilled back 6. They give them that 1 yard.
Yeah,
that'd be wild. Like, they would actually be, they would be practicing like picking guys up and carrying them like 90 yards out of the way.
Right.
And that pisses me off. Like if you ever do these long shot safety bets, it's like, oh, that's a safety. And they're like, oh, we're going to let him be out at the 1-inch line. It's like, oh, bullshit. He got tackled in the end zone. That's nonsense. But, the NFL.
Got, dog? Come on.
The Raiders are struggling now in the red zone.
Of course they are. Derek Carr's their quarterback.
Good. He's not, but he's already over halfway to his completions. I don't want 24. Yeah, he looks like he will the way that their game plan is. Oh
yeah. What you want? So you took the over the completions, right? Or under?
No, under 23.5.
Oh yeah, you want them to score and keep it close.
I want exactly. They can't get away from the run. They're not allowed.
I'm just
149. I tell you now, though, they're definitely going to be going for the. Did they get that? Does he give it? Oh, they have give it.
Yeah. You get that knee down. Ooh. Let's see it.
I think he was in.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely in. But I'm just hoping there's some great. Well, listen, the good thing is we've got 149 to get a.
Sanitizer dance.
Oh, I don't know, That ball's hit the ground, I think.
Let's see.
Ball was still moving and it's hit the ground.
I don't know, Flash. I think he's got that. Let's see this angle.
Yeah, that was a bad angle.
There you
I
go.
think they're gonna give it to him.
Because he's touchdown.
Yeah, it's the best angle.
The ruling on the field was going to be important. Is there enough evidence to overturn it?
It doesn't move either. I actually think the ground helped him catch that football, but the fact that it didn't move and they called it a touchdown, that's going to be over. That's going to be tough.
But we got 1 minute before to get the field goal for Carl.
Hey,
I don't think they overturn it. I don't think.
If you watch my DFS show today, Zay Jones was a sleeper pick at 400 on draft, and Daddy called it. Let's go. I shouldn't call myself
54 for Derek Carr in the first half.
Well, now the over is definitely looking really good for this game.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
Good.
Yes, it
No.
is.
And I think
this is what we said.
I think the Saints can get a field goal right now and get
Yeah,
over.
let's see what
Yeah,
Bruce
I
can do
think
here.
you're right, Carl. But this is what we said before we'd even started. Was the reason you couldn't go under was because if the Saints got in front, Carl's got to air it out. And then if he airs it out and his interceptions, then the Saints are going to put more points on the board, or he's going to get more points.
Right.
I mean, he's 159 yards. He's hardly thrown a ball. 154.
Right. It's crazy.
Stats up here.
Oh, we got plenty of time. I think
Yep.
we need a Will Lutz field goal, right, Jason? Jason,
Yeah.
tell me a Will Lutz field goal is happening.
I'd rather a touchdown, but
No, let's not get greedy.
you got the extra point. You got something out of it.
I just need a damn field goal. That's all we need, and we're gonna get it, and then all the props are gonna hit. Look how smart we're gonna look if the Saints can just get a damn field goal. I think they will.
They will. Absolutely, they will.
Let's not jinx it. I don't need the Eagles fan cannot jinx everything. Okay,
They get
already jinxed enough. Being an Eagles
They're
fan.
going to use Alvin Kamara. I'm going to cash both my props before the half, and then it's just relaxation.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be sweating the Jared Cook. We need 4 more catches from Jared Cook in the second half. I'm glad the Raiders actually scored that touchdown for that.
Brees throws more.
That's going to force them to throw the football more, right?
Yeah.
So let's get there. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a jackass, and all these people who are mad at me on the chat are going to be right, and that sucks.
Come on, Kyle.
I mean, it's always nice to have the plus 170 anytime in the bag, but now I've got my 2 little props about me Saints -4 and me Saints -5.5.
Mm-hmm.
A field goal gives them that for the half, so they'll take a field goal too.
Yeah, exactly. It's 7 up. 6 up. What are we at the moment? 3 up?
Yeah.
Yeah. This has actually been a fun game. I think all the Monday night games have been fun.
Thursday too.
Yeah, Thursday night was fun. I think this week's going to be fun.
After the year we've had with sport, any day is fun with sport, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's just good for the world, right? Like, there's so much tension right now and all that crap. Like, it's fun. We can argue about sports now, right? That's fun.
See, we got Drew. Come on, man.
Brees has been off all the entire season, really. I mean, look, I don't think he had even 200 yards in the game against the Buccaneers.
Now that arm strength is whack.
Yeah. So,
well, that's the concern, right? Drew Brees on the road. He's not the same as Drew Brees at home. I mean, we broke down the numbers. I could pull it up again. It's shocking. Him and Ben Roethlisberger are the two, like, Hall of Fame type quarterbacks where you look at and they're like, man, they're so much better at home than they are on the road. It's very bizarre. And Drew Brees really stands out. But I think this year is different. We talked about the guy in the chat earlier, like saying,
get in there.
Taking the road favorites.
Well,
yeah, you take the road favorites because you take those free 3.5 points because they give you 3.5.
This is great. Smith is just having a day. This is just great.
He's running.
I got to eat crow on that. Huge.
We're for 80 already. Yeah.
I hate this guy. I hate him so much. In terms of fantasy, by the way, and he's probably a great person. I have no idea what he is like on a personal level, and it's important to preface that.
Whoa!
How about that? Dude, what's that? Drew Brees looking like a little flail. Is it time to make the move on from Drew Brees?
I love that my friend Lacey Griever, he's not eating cake, Kyle, but I'm still smoking. Whatever. I had to break the rules. She knows I break them all the time. She's out on the golf course with me oftentimes.
Where was he? Come on, he was.
That couldn't have been a worse pass in the life. That's like I'm about to get hit. Let me just loft it out there. Wow.
He was red, but then
Drew Brees on the road. This
right
is what
there.
Drew Brees does on the road. This is what he does on the road, and I'm sorry, Jay. You know that. You're a Saints fan. You know what he does on the road.
I still trust them to win by a touchdown in this game. I won't shy away from that. You want to tie the game? Go for it, Raiders. I trust Brees in the fourth quarter. I do.
Say goodbye to that plus 17.5. Lost that. That hurts. That hurts bad.
And they're going not that bad. Now they're in field range already, really.
I mean, I put $10 on it again. I wasn't going crazy. I just I thought they could get there at the first quarter.
Schefter's going to say, yeah, that's good. Steve S says back in a flash. Good one. There you go.
Flash is not
WFAN.
Yeah,
2020 sports.
Bella.
And by the way, I want to say thank you to Lacey Griever for watching the show. That was pretty awesome. I have so many good friends. Do you guys ever have that where your friends watch the show, or am I just?
I tell them don't come in here and embarrass me. Stay away.
I tell them they know to come embarrass me. They're like, he needs it. You know, it's good. It's good for me to be embarrassed. It's a bad throw, but that's what Drew Brees does. Again, I can break down the splits. Home and road, Drew Brees is so much better at home. It's bizarre. And Ben Roethlisberger is the same way for the Steelers. Those are the two guys you can really think about. Like, hey, home and road, they have a big discrepancy, and maybe it's that home field advantage. You know, the terrible towels in Pittsburgh, and that Saints crowd can get loud. And here we go. We're getting some completions for Derek Carr, which is not good for our dude.
Are they at the stadium? Are the guys calling the game at the stadium?
I don't think they are.
Like,
they might have the glass booth. They might have that glass booth.
I don't know why they wouldn't be, because nobody's there at the stadium anyway. But it's just kind of odd the way they keep showing them.
Well, even last night, fullback again for a big play. Wow.
Yeah.
Two big plays for Ingles.
But remember last night when you saw Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, they were at the stadium and they had some fans.
Yeah, I don't know. Why wouldn't they be? Yeah, they should be there at this game.
They were sponsored by Walmart or whatever, right? They had that family who was there and they were able to watch the game in the stands. Very weird rules. You know, the world is just sometimes the universe just unfolds as it should and we have to let it happen, right? What do we say?
All right,
I am encouraged, though. 20,000 fans in Dallas. Looks like nothing bad happened after
another completion from Waller.
Yeah, Waller's.
Waller having a day.
He is having a day.
Let me go check my DraftKings lineup, because I think my DraftKings lineup is kicking ass right now.
Derek Carr, 17 of 22 for 2 touchdowns. I was ripping this guy like 3 minutes into the game.
Well, yeah, of course. He's not very good, so
he's getting comfortable. But he's getting comfortable right now. That's
he is. Yeah,
he's getting very comfortable.
All right, let's pull up my DraftKings lineup and see if I made a right call. I have not seen as much Taysom Hill as I expected, so I will say that.
What you got, Derek?
I'm in the green. For the record, I am in the green with that lineup with Kamara at the captain spot. I'll actually share my lineup right here. Let's
come on, Alvin. Alvin. They didn't call any flag on that, did they?
No.
He wants it.
Lacey Griever, tell them the story. No, I can't tell that story. Sorry about that. That's not made for TV. Yeah, we're having a good night. Alvin Kamara in the captain spot. Derek Carr, I played. Darren Waller, I played. Will Lutz, Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
right now.
That might have been a flag.
It's hard though with that full speed. Like nobody's really like trying to tee off for him. That's tough.
That might have been a flag.
I can't.
Our boy Vitalis. By the way, Vitalis is a great fan of our show and really interactive with all the channels. I love that guy, and I'm going to be optimistic as opposed to pessimistic. No COVID is going to happen out of this week, even in Dallas. I'm going to try to be optimistic, right? Yeah.
They're probably going to go one-on-one coverage with Waller to the right. Oh, they go Jacob.
Oh,
field goal.
Oh, good timeout. That's an odd call.
Why would you do that? I mean,
I don't know.
It still
gives you one more play, but if you take a sack or
man, but I don't know.
You've got to take parity.
Like if it's me, I'm taking 2 shots at the end zone. No, like,
yeah,
I mean, come on, man, come on.
And you have Waller who's going up against the quarterback.
Yeah,
that's like it's a big difference. Big,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you take the points. You take the points and get out of there. 17 all. Listen, at the moment, at the moment, then people that have gone with the Raiders money line, that D has come up strong. And try and maybe jump offside.
Carr 7 of 7 on third down. Wow. Woo.
I think how good the over look right now.
I'm not sure about
right.
This.
The over looks amazing right now, right?
Look
so we got something right, huh?
That was never a play, by the way.
Yeah, it was just they just threw it away, basically.
That was never a play.
Yeah.
That's what you get for wasting your time out right there. Huh? Come on, man.
All right.
Run the football. What are you expecting?
The over looks really good now if they can get that field goal in.
Yeah, they got that.
Oh, the over's cashed.
Never cash until it cashes.
60, 83.
Yeah. Don't jinx it. Damn it, you jinxed it.
Yeah, that's what people on my Twitter always do. Always tweeting at me while games
Great
going on.
pick, Jason.
Huge jinxes.
So, 17.
Yeah, no, I get jinxed all the time. I did that to week 1. Remember, I sent out that tweet about the Eagles, like easy cover. It's done. It's 17-0. And then guess what? Donnie's team raw dogs me, and then it's over. You know, so we can't have it. We cannot have it. But so far, so good on DraftKings. Kamara in the captain spot.
Up to 57 now.
Oh, well, that's a little high.
50.
That's a little high.
I mean, the Saints are just -3
What the hell do we get it at? 47.5?
Yeah.
47. Yeah, I like that play. I like the Saints at -3.
Yeah, Saints -3.
Let me see if I can jump in on that. That's one that I like.
Raiders.
Oh, I'm seeing -2.5. Let's jump on that.
That's really good.
Yeah, -2. My bookie, by the way, for those of you watching, my bookie. .ag, and again, I think -2.5's a slip I can play. Yeah, let's go.
17.
Let's have a look.
Finding people for masks.
Yeah. That stuff, like, look, if you're all alone by yourself in a box, do you really have to and again, I'm not saying that masks don't help or anything like that, so let's not get people pissed off, but if you're all by yourself and there's no one around you, do you really have to I don't know what you're protecting there.
It's odd.
Yeah, that's the world we live in, you know. I say you let the universe unfold.
Like you're not finding the coaches, but you have 53-man roster on both sides. Nobody has a mask on. I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
And it's going to be traced back that the coach caused it because he didn't have his mask on, but all 53 football players don't have a mask on. Talking about it.
Well, and why do they have to pan the camera to the coaches when they have their mask down while they're trying to talk to their coaching staff? Like, can't you just work out a deal like, hey, man.
No, they love that. The favorite, it's just like in football where the team scores a touchdown and you have to show the head coach holding up his one to make sure they're going for the extra points. Like, dude, come on, man. Go to the coach every time the team scores.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's the world we live in, right? Yeah. You know. Well, I mean, and that's how the world works, right? You want those headlines, you want those talking points, you want the nonsense instead of caring about what actually happens, you know. It is what it is. Damn, it's so hard for me to get my live bet in right now. I don't understand it.
So if you go in the second half and you go to the Saints and Raiders and you also add a tie in there, you can get the Saints on the money line at -134.
I think that's great.
So the Saints at -134 to win the second half. Obviously, it's tied. So as long as they win, it doesn't go to overtime, you would win. So again, it's excluding overtime, and it's obviously tied right now, so it's a close game. But if you'd like the Saints to win, -134 in the second half in the three-way, when you have the tie there, would definitely be a logical play. Instead of you have -2.5 at around -115. Just take the Saints to win at -134 in the second half. Seems like a great play there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'm moving so slow that I can't even get some of my live bets in. Damn it. I'm telling you, they're moving so fast. This is weird how fast it's moving.
Flash just showed up on the screen with some apple cobbler, so he's having a night.
Oh, yeah. I'm allowed to smoke now.
Right, I'm scanning these markets.
We had season tickets for over 20 years, and my pops was always absent at halftime to go outside the stadium and have a smoke.
So what we got? 24 points, second half.
Over 23 and a half.
I'm not so sure.
I wouldn't lean on that, right?
Let me reload my screen
at this
here.
game. Like, do you think the Raiders, like, it's 17-17 and -2.5 second half. Basically, you need the Saints just to win the game to cover it. Like, even though the Raiders had that 17-17, it's like, I don't have a feeling that the Raiders are going to win this game. Even though it's 17-17, I just don't have that feeling. Even Drew Brees has been bad. Carr's playing well, but I just look at that and say, the Raiders are going to have to win this game basically to cover it. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to lock in my Saints -3 right now. There we go. I got it. I clicked it fast enough. I'm getting +100 at -3, so I'll take it.
I'd rather the 2.5. What did you get a 2.5 though? You'd like the 3 better?
Well, I tried 2.5, but it closed down. They said the line is no longer available, so I had to click it again. It was going.
Yep. Yeah. If you would have put it in the other way, they're like, no, the line's 2.5.
Yeah, no, I had to. They sent me a disclaimer: accept the changes and take the bet. So I took it, and I like to play through those 3s and 7s, but it's a true story, man. Like, it's live betting. It's all about clicking, getting in, getting out. Repeat if necessary. Title of it's basically the story of my sex life. You know what I mean? Like a book of short stories. Get in, get out. Repeat if necessary, and that's where we go. Any comments on that, Jason Black?
No comment. How's that?
No, come on, that's beautiful. But no, that's one of the beautiful things about live betting, and I think you guys could talk about this. Like it is a quick moving, tight, fluid situation, right? So when you see something, get in and get it done, and that's
Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Don't second guess yourself. Get in there, and you got to click it. Like I've been trying to make that bet for minutes. I'll actually take the added juice at -3. I prefer the 2.5, of course, but I'll take the -3. I think the Saints win this game by 3 or more points, and if it's a field goal game, I push and I get my money back. So what's the big deal, right? But not that big of a deal. Right?
No, I like the Saints a lot, and for me, I just took the Saints in the second half at -132. So it's not the actual money line; it's just the money line with the tie included involved. So I like that at -132. So that's the one play I'm putting in for the second half.
Yeah, and dude with the fro, that Breeze interception cost me a few.
Well, I did that yesterday. I watched Liverpool and Chelsea, and the way that Liverpool started 7 minutes into the game, I just tweeted out, Liverpool are a live bet at +105, and then Chelsea obviously had someone sent off, and they won 2-0, an absolute cancer.
Right, and you could talk about this. Flash, you're very experienced at this. You're going to make bets with a great value that don't work out for you, but you did the right thing because you're taking the right number and trying to win your money.
Yeah, and then some smart arse will say there's no value in a losing bet, but if you watch any of my shows, and myself and Donnie have always, value is everything.
That's it.
Before the result, you've got to be on the right side.
That's right. Rightwager.com. Which side are you on? I mean, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
You're going to get things wrong, but if you have a good strategy, good set of principles, and you're taking those plus money values, you will end up in the long term on the right side. No pun intended, but you will.
That's exactly why I went with Jared Cook for anytime touchdown. He was like +170.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. He's their only big option.
Right.
In tight situations, he's the only big option.
Right. Oh, for those of you who said shot at halftime, let's go ahead and do it. We'll do it. I'm making I'm a wuss. I'm being more responsible this week and not
pour it out for Traquan Smith.
Oh, Traquan Smith. But it is true. Like there's a number that will make you bet you don't have a set number that will make you bet on anything, you're doing something wrong. And when you see a plus number, on something that's reasonably going to happen, you need to take it because that's how you make money in the long term. So, you might get it wrong and you could say, okay, you guys are an idiot and you did this wrong, that wrong. No. We're looking for the value. This is much more about the value and the reasonable expectation than it is on what, is necessary.
What about the Raiders? So around 12. I'm just looking at under 29 points at minus 110. So they get 12 more. Because if we say that they're going to get more than 12, so say they're going to get 14, now we're looking at 28. That means you can go over 60. Do we see over 60 points? Because I can get over 58 here at plus 100.
And I think that's a great question. And I think that's a great point. Your bet should tell a story, right? So if you're going to take that bet, you may as well, if you say the Raiders are going to get over 13, you may as well parlay that into over 60 because your bet is telling a story, right? So why not increase your odds by making you can double up your reasonable bets. We talked about this, you remember months ago when the schedule came out, we're like, hey, if you're taking a team like the Bears or the Steelers or, one of these great defenses without great offenses, if you're taking the under, then you may, you know what I mean? So have your bets tell a story. So just like earlier, I said Jared Cook over 4.5 catches. Well, if I think he's going to get over 4.5 catches, I think he has a great chance of getting over 50 yards or 38.
That's what we did with Juju last week.
Right. And it just makes sense, right? And sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't.
Well, it's what Donnie and Jay have said about Kamara tonight.
Right. And when it does work, you're going to give yourself a higher profit and you're going to make more money.
When it doesn't work, we just don't mention it.
Yeah, when it doesn't work, we delete the tape, and we tell friends,
erase it. Yep,
get rid of that. But it's a true story, and that's how you become a successful bettor. You're not going to win every bet you make, especially in NFL. It's the most efficient market there is. So you want to be around 55, 60% successful, right, to actually make a profit. But when you do smart things and do things that tell a story, it can work out for you.
What's this? No.
I'm just getting ready for the second half.
Press the button.
That means Miami Jacksonville has already started, and I'm.
I've gone with Saints to win by 1 to 6 points in the game at plus 187.
Ooh, I like that. That's a nice.
There's value there.
Oh yeah, we like value. We like value, Jay.
We like value. I like the plus number. It doesn't mean I don't like the minus numbers, but Oh,
I love me. Oh yeah.
187. I've locked in the Saints -3. I have locked in. I found a prop bet for Jared Cook over 1.5 catches the second half because I'm not going to get off of that. Because if I'm going to bet him over 4.5 earlier in the game, and he's got 1 catch now, I'm going to have my bet tell a story, and I'm going to say that he gets over 2.5 catches in the second half. And if it both happens, guess what? I am multiplying my money. And if it loses, I lost, $40.
Yeah, but I've had the Saints at -5.5 and the Saints at -4. Now, if they win by 1, 2, or 3, I lose them over 2, but I'm getting plus 187, so I lose 0.13 for 2 losing bets.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to describe that. I think that's a beautiful way to describe it. That's
if they win by 6. So basically 6 is my middle. I do it all the time in the basketball, college basketball more, but I find the middle,
Yeah.
Try and find the middle.
Yeah, and it's fine to hedge too, some of those bets. So like, hey, things aren't working out in the first half, so you hedge some of these things in the second half and yada yada. It just works out. There's a lot of ways to do these things where you minimize your risk and increase your wins. And I think it's important too. Don't go crazy. So things in your first half didn't work out. So the Saints plus 17.5 didn't work out. Guess what? I had $10 on it.
Yeah.
Big deal. What's the big deal? You got to make sure that it's something that you can live with. It's all about risk tolerance It's a race to the end. So far, we're up. We talked about our picks. I think all of our pick sixes were good. I was 4-2. Jason's apparently 1,000-0. Because he's smart. Donnie's Eagles have cost us all money. That's Donnie's fault.
And the Dallas Cowboys. Let's blame them. Even though I never have
Oh,
any money.
Yeah,
Dallas.
Mike McCarthy.
Bums.
Yeah, Tech Rally. It's a great question. Do you guys ever cash out? I cash anytime I win. Anytime I win over $100, I cash out. Anytime.
I look at it, and I cash out a lot in the soccer with 5 minutes to go. If I'm leading by 1 goal, because there's so often I've been killed with the late goal, and I'm happy. I cash out a lot with golfers as well. When you do the win market with the golf, if I maybe put say $10 on something that someone at 100 to 1, and then they offer me like 100 quid for that man because he's leading after the first round, I cash out and just say I just said $10 on a 10 to 1 winner.
Yeah, why not cash out 90, $100, 100? Pay your phone bill.
I use it as ammo for something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, be smart about that. And I think that's a great way to do it. And it keeps you humbled. It keeps you rational. Hey, I'm going to use this $100. I'm going to take my son bowling this weekend, or I'm going to do this. Well, you know what I mean. It's cashing out is the most important thing you can do.
It's also the bookie's friend, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're giving you less for a winning bet.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Raiders with the rock.
You're 100% right. But anytime I win something that I know can do something good.
But the majority of times, and the majority of people, that when they win, all it's doing is giving them more credits to continue their hobby.
Right, and that's benefiting nothing but the books. And what's our job? We want to beat the books, right? That's why we're here. Yeah. So you beat the books by cashing out when you win something. Do something substantial for yourself, your family, someone you love. That I think that's the best advice we could give anybody, and that's why we're here. And I think Flash is dead on about that. Dead on. When you win something that can help you play, cash out, and then go back to your process. The biggest mistake a lot of people make, right, is, I won a bunch of money, so I'm going to bet a bunch of money. No.
It's worse when they lose. They bet a bunch, lose, and then want to get it back in one.
Yeah, no, and you're absolutely right. And Vitalis makes a great point. Just cash out when you win. And if you lose, go back to your same strategy. You don't have to gain it back all. The NBA, we all watch the NBA, right? When a team's down by 12.
Castigo. Oh, there it comes. No. Oh, disgusting.
Yeah, God.
Oh, there's a flag. There it is.
Of course, you got the 5.5, haven't you?
Let's go. We need this for the pick six. Nice little week.
Are you 5-0?
No, 4-1 with the Raiders left. That my only loss was Dallas.
Oh, God. Why would you do
that?
But
I can't. I was trying to get in to check what my double down game was. I'm trying to.
I can't believe you bet on Mike McCarthy. How many times have I told you I hate Mike McCarthy on our show? You don't listen to me, or what?
I thought they would be able to score at will, which they did, but
they did. Well, late. That was a weird ass game. Like, only Atlanta, right? Only Atlanta could fold.
I'm having them next week, though.
Yeah, I like Atlanta a lot next week too. It's damn it. Why am I going to fall on that sword? But I'm going to. I like that line, and I don't.
Some horrible games though. There's going to be a lot of tears next week. I know that.
It's a tough week. So here's my thing: is when we get on the show, I have to pick every damn game. There's like,
you can have a lean.
Oh, the Giants was my double down. There we go. Bang. All right.
Yeah. Donnie hit the Giants. I thought that was the best pick of the week. I think that took a lot of guts to bet on Daniel Jones. That took a lot of guts.
And they lost their best players too.
And hey, Donnie hit it, man. The Undertaker came up, and Donnie
did.
Donnie
we got this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we got here? Raiders.
Carl's putting on a clip.
Whoa. That Waller is a machine tonight, Jason.
Darren Waller.
The Saints don't defend the tight end, man.
Damn.
That's right. They're great on the perimeter, Marshawn Lattimore, etc., but they're not good at defending the tight end. So we talked about this on my yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Too passive.
Yeah, too passive. And the biggest strength of the Saints is their defensive line and Marshawn Lattimore. Then you have vulnerable opportunities everywhere else. We talked about it earlier on my DFS show that Darren was a sneaky captain spot pick. Going to be low owned.
Well, guys, I have Kamara and Jacobs to score a touchdown at plus 400 before the game. So we can really use the Jacobs touchdown here. I'll take that.
I'm rooting for it.
I like
I'm rooting for the mad side.
Any chance of you telling us about that before the?
I did. I definitely did. I think I even put it in the chat.
By the way, it was plus 700.
Let's go Raiders.
Kamara and Jacobs, because there was people on Twitter saying be careful where you shop, because he actually said that he had it at 400 like you, and yet it was like 700. Delay a game. He never got that off. He never got that off.
They got the timeout, it looks like.
They're not.
That's what I'm saying. He never got it off. The timeout.
They always give you the timeout. Yeah,
they do.
Thank God.
They always do. The NFL is weird like that. Didn't we talk about that earlier? Like it's delay a game, and double zeros, and all. Oh well, it's within a, But they want to call the holding penalty on the opposite side of the field when your guy gets 40-yard catch that had no impact on the play whatsoever. So, that's the NFL's officiating strategy.
I need him to take Derek Carr out of the game now. Again, it was only for peanut props, but
yeah,
I'm okay with them. I'm okay with them running the ball. That's how.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, they should.
Wow, he was going to get there then. See, there's the other one as well. That's the opposite to what I was moaning about earlier.
Oh,
damn.
They keep letting him go, and yet the opposite way, they blow the whistle and stop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird, some of this stuff. And what do you guys think about? I think I've actually enjoyed it more without the pass interference reviews. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a joke. It never should have been in the NFL at all.
Because they wouldn't call it, right? Even if it was clear that.
I love the fact that they didn't call it. And that coaches still were throwing flags, and I was getting such a kick out of it.
Yeah, I always revert back to my 95 49ers. Jerry Rice.
Girl didn't miss that call. That's a touchdown.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
Well, so I will say
God, are you serious?
Come on. That was a touchdown. They're going to review it. The problem is you're going to have to waste your challenge on it if you want it.
No, if they call it a touchdown, they have to automatically review it, though.
Oh, he fumbled it.
They're not going to. He reaches over right there. Watch.
He fumbled it first.
Yeah, he did fumble it first. Now he's going down. He's not down. He reaches over. Yeah, they won't review that because you don't want you're not going to waste a challenge.
He fumbled it.
Oh my! Wow.
Oh,
such a Raiders thing, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Big Boy got that back, and they're going to throw a flag, aren't they?
Yep. No, they should.
Wow, Big Boy got that.
Because the female didn't see it.
She's out. She's out of position over here. What's she doing?
Oh my God.
Boom.
How did Carr get that back?
I don't think it was Carr. I think it was 45 got it, didn't it?
Yeah. I thought it was 45.
Wow.
Damn, Ingles done everything today.
Wow.
We're going again? Yeah.
All right, come on, Jacobs, please.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm rooting for my boy Jason.
There was definitely a play action, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely was.
Ooh,
Waller.
Again.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah.
That place would be rocking out there tonight, too. That's a shame. Damn.
Man. That's the big shame. But, I think sooner than later, things will be back to normal. You'll see.
Yeah, November 4th, there'll be 90,000.
I think it's encouraging that you saw 20,000 fans in Dallas. And we've heard nothing negative, right? Unless I don't watch the news anymore. That's too negative for me. But Have you heard anything negative about the 20,000 fans in Dallas?
Well, I mean, it's too early to know what it was, but I'm sure somebody will leak a story out there that it caused like a inferno of COVID in Dallas, and you got to shut it down somehow. So.
Yeah, like
Raiders, great for the over, man. Woo.
That is the over smashing. I think we called that right. Now we just need the Saints to cover this 4-point spread, go 2 for 2, and we'll look smart. Well, I will, anyways. You guys always look smart, so I need these breaks when I can actually look smart. I think it's a great call. I think that's a great play call, and I mean, look how wobbly a 5-yard pass is from Derek Carr. That's my problem. It's like, come on, man! Like, you can't even throw a tight spiral 3 yards. Like, good lord. Me and Derek Carr. Derek Carr cost me a fantasy football championship, so you'll hear this all year on the show. I do not like Derek Carr, but I will say he's overachieving so far.
We're Traquan Smith.
Oh, fucking bleeping.
But we talked about Carr, how, at the end of the day, they really try to build the offense around him, help him succeed. This was the year that he was going to have to do something. And so far, he's looked really good offensively, of course, in the first 2 games.
Yeah, he has, and they did more for him than the Packers did for Aaron Rodgers. And right now,
going after a quarterback.
Yeah, and right now, if you look, you're like, oh, like next week we have the Packers and the Saints, right? Yeah. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, I'm like, oh, the Saints are going to beat the brakes off them, like I just don't trust the Packers. Now it's like, oh boy, you're only seeing a couple of books throwing a line on that as well. Like they're not even willing to throw a line on that.
No, they got to wait for the game to get out done tonight.
Yeah, they want to wait for the game to get done tonight. But I'm seeing plenty of books throwing lines up on the Raiders and the Patriots. So it's interesting how they work. And I think that's an interesting question that we'll have for some of our guests later on in the season, later on in the year, and how they do that. But right now, Green Bay, New Orleans is looking like one of those games. Hey, let's just pass and enjoy it, right? Let's just pass and enjoy that.
Green Bay got a couple little sisters of the poor beating up on them. We'll see next week. We'll see what they
Yeah, I mean, it's the Vikings and the Lions who look like 2 terrible teams. That's going to be a bad division. The Bears aren't very good either. But I will say the Green Bay looks better this year. Like, to me, they feel like a better team this year for some. Like, I don't know if it's the Aaron Rodgers.
It's crazy. They went 13-3 last year, right? And this is like, they.
I knew they sucked.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I knew they sucked. Like my buddy was like, "Oh God, we got to play Green Bay." I'm like, "We're gonna beat we're 49ers fans, of course." I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna beat the brakes off of Green Bay," and of course we did. But it's like the Packers are live in that conference, especially if they keep Aaron Jones involved in the offense. I'm starting to like the Packers more than I did last year, and there's no changes. There's literally no changes. So it's weird how these things sort of work out, but it is.
We were moaning they didn't have no weapons.
Yeah, well, they don't have any weapons now, but Aaron Rodgers just looks more engaged.
I saw that today, plus 2,500 for him to be MVP.
Take that bet right now. I mean, it's him and Russell Wilson right now, right? Who else?
Lamar's going to be there again.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes will always be there, but they won't do it. It's like Jordan in the 90s, right? They made Charles Barkley and Karl Malone the MVP when clearly Michael Jordan was the best player.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
What's that? Those final stats
That's
here.
Yardage. Yeah.
There we go.
So
this
43 and 6. All right, so I need 4 more yards.
You're going to get that. You're going to get
that. As good as done.
That's a lock. Well, let's not jinx him and get him injured on the next play or something.
So I actually already won that because I had 99.5.
Hey, by the way,
yeah.
We talked about this. No major injuries, right? So far in this game.
Nope.
That's nice.
You're going to jinx that.
I know.
Oh my God!
You finally got the screens out here, man.
That was beautiful.
I don't want Drew the Stud Muffin Breeze to get hurt.
How many times is that 2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to get the 4. I was actually messaging with Kelsey earlier, and I'm like, I promise you, I'm going to call Drew Brees a stud muffin at least 4 times. What am I at, 2? So I got to do it 2 more times.
Yeah, 2
I'm
more
telling
times.
you,
Let me get one out of the way right now. Drew Brees, what a stud muffin.
You've just said
3.
no injuries.
Yep, now we got one.
I actually played golf with Drew Brees in Cardiff in San Diego, and he's a better golfer than I am. He's a lot of fun to play with. It was a pro-am type deal, and I paid some money. It's not because I'm special, by the way. I just paid money and wanted to hang out with him, and I hung out with him and Ray Romano, and Drew Brees was so cool, like coolest dude you can imagine hanging out with. And we'll say it one more time: Drew Brees, stud muffin, still has his fastball. There we go. One more time, and Kelsey loses the bet. And she owes me.
So, seeing as you're single, what type of woman? Because obviously we used to have it with Jimmy. He used to come up with different women when he was younger. Who's your crushes? Jennifer Aniston, man, are you?
Yeah, it's older for me, so it's tough for me because I am a dad first. So even though I seem cool and handsome, I don't have that exciting of a life. But I do love the Jennifer Anistons, and I always go by the rule: half my age plus 7. So they have to be at least 25. Well, technically 26, but I think 25 counts. So I'm just looking for, not trying to. Yeah. Yes. I love that Flash put me on the spot on that. That's a great job. It's going to make me blush a little bit, but I'll just tell you my Tinder account is shameful. There's not a lot of pictures. I don't know even how to do that. And
but what I'm saying is, like, what type of woman what movie stars and that would you like? Do you have a crush on before?
Oh my, Scarlett Johansson's my favorite, 100%.
Yeah. You see, my wife hopefully isn't watching this. I get in trouble for this stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. And
Jesus,
That's good.
I can't even respond.
Not honest to God, not for me. Like me and Kyle in the same range here. Like in the 90s, it was Pam Anderson. She was my favorite thing in the world. In the 90s. I remember when she married Tommy Lee, and I was still like younger in high school. I'm like, man, I can't believe it. Like I was gonna have a shot or something like that. So
Yeah.
I'm
on that same age range, and
Kamara fumbled.
I just watched
penalty.
Was he
I
not down?
obviously watched that fumble live. I'm not still in commercials, so I saw the entire thing. But for some reason, I do like Cher and Madonna. I would still date them to this day.
Yeah.
And one of my good friends was in the chat box. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but I do think she's hot for a 79-year-old woman.
Who's 79?
Nancy Pelosi.
She's worth a lot of money, so you could say, at least, hey, you got that going.
I'm not even allowed to say that. Again, this is nothing political. I'm not talking about political beliefs at all. But I think she's beautiful for 79.
He was down by contact, but it was holding. So they took
I'm going to get in trouble for that. It has nothing to do with politics, by the way. I don't want to talk. It's just about, it's like, hey, for a woman that in her, like one day we're all going to be 79. You know that, right? So we want.
Kyle's going to get a call tomorrow. I'm not going to say who calls, but I'm going to do this voice right here. Hi, Kyle. We're going to have to let you go.
Yeah, there we go. You're fine.
in a really nice voice.
And they are going to be so nice, such a great company.
Yeah, Donnie and Flash, they're going to be. Jason was great, but we're just going to have to let you go.
Yeah, you have to go again.
Calvin!
There it is.
Are we close?
That should
Are we
be
close
enough.
now? Is that it? Come on.
That's 5 plus 1 before that should.
Come on, give me the official update here.
Oh, and come on. Hey, let's talk about that Taysom Hill DraftKings play. Like, he's on the field a lot tonight. I like that. But
yeah, he better get his ass cooking.
Yeah, well, he will. He will. He's gonna.
Oh, a half. Oh, Jesus.
You never half.
You're gonna do me with this half yard right here, people. Come on, Alvin.
No, not again. That's
we got a quarter and a half though. He's getting it.
Wasn't it Sterling Shepard last week?
Another holding. Is that another holding?
Yeah.
There it is.
2-0, baby. Now we just need the Raiders, and we
No,
party.
No, it's coming back.
Bleep your Raiders.
Oh,
Bleep your Raiders.
what?
Oh, they jinxed
Ah.
yourself.
You can't call for me to get fired just because I think a 79-year-old woman's hot. I mean, I think Cher's hot too. For Christ's sake.
Yes, Kyle. How you doing?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to let you go.
So for tomorrow Tuesday show, just stay in bed.
I don't even know who that is meant to be. I don't get that nice voice, by the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I
they conned me into it. They knew they were doing it, but I had to say it. Yeah, I think pretty is pretty. That's it. I don't care about your beliefs. Just for the record. No.
Come on, dump down, please. There you go. I'm calling for the dump down. You give me the dump down. Don't you dare throw a fly. Oh, God. Come on. What is the deal here?
That was a block in the back.
Oh, my God. Stop the madness.
Oh, by the way, the block in the back, that's the worst one, right? So you see a kick return or a punt return, and it's like a little shove on their left shoulder.
Always.
Oh, here we go. It's like, that referee, get the hell out of here. Like, your grandkids hate you. Get the hell out of here. I hate that.
What did he do? Blindside? Why is it a personal foul? Did he blindside block him?
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Oh, my God.
They don't
See.
care. They're just calling it. And I mean, that's so stupid.
Oh, yeah, he got him. Look at this. Here we go. Let's see. You don't even have to do it bad anymore. Like, that's oh, come on. What? That's that peel back block, though, where you just get it in the way. That's ridiculous. You remember when that was called, by the way, last year in the playoff game, Houston Texans, Buffalo Bills. Bills in overtime were driving for the win, and they called that blindside block where the guy just got in his way and put his hands up, and the guy ran into him in overtime, if you remember that. Such a trash call, man.
Second
by the
and
way,
31.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Flash. I'm sorry.
No problem. Just second and 31, I'm saying.
Jesus, just dump down again.
Great memory by my boy Donnie. Like, those penalties, there's so many bad calls by these officials.
Bills should have won that game too. It was a shame they took it away from him. Yeah.
They really should have. It was a mental collapse. And there was someone on the chat saying, "Oh, that wasn't a mental collapse. Are you kidding me?" Like, what? But I don't think that happens to Josh Allen this year. I think the Buffalo.
You remember? Yeah, we were talking about him short circuiting last year. the one quarter he went berserk in Houston. Like, what's the guy doing out here?
Yeah, no, I got a bunch of hate mail about that. Like, oh no, that wasn't because of Josh. I'm like, what are you talking about? He did short circuit.
He did
100%. How about those Latavius Murray props? Right, Flash, good call on that.
Catching some balls out here. I'm disappointed. I'm actually really like, I have the Raiders and I'm enjoying this. I'm real disappointed in the Saints offense. You tell me, where's the explosiveness? I mean, I know that you're missing Michael Thomas, but again, it's not like he's your, I don't know, Deshaun Jackson that you can just light you up for 80 yards. I'm disappointed in this offense.
It's Drew Brees on the road. We talked about it before.
Yeah, he's got his arm is weak as hell.
Is not the same on the road. 100 fewer touchdown passes.
What about Jameis Winston? There's any chance of him popping in?
Maybe a Hail Mary. If you have a Hail Mary, I guess that's the only way. But Drew Brees is not the same guy on the road.
Did you see that report in the offseason that they were going after Tom Brady too? And then he's like, you can come back, Drew.
Yeah. And I think they're happy Drew Brees has certainly aged better than Tom Brady.
Not his arm though.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're about the same.
No way. Drew Brees got a popcorn arm right now.
So does Tom Brady.
Brady's not stronger than Brees.
Oh, no way. No way. Well, he might have the TB12, that TB12.
Yeah. That's right. See that? Now you're using your head on that. That's why he's staying in great shape, man.
Fair enough. And that's why I feel bad bagging on Tom Brady. Like, everyone's like, oh, I expect more from Tom Brady. Okay, well, let me know another guy at 43 years old that's throwing touchdown passes, because I'm 39. I play one time a year on Thanksgiving morning. I cannot lift my arm for a week after I play that game. We're talking about a dude playing in the NFL for 20 plus years. I think it's really impressive. And that's why I've moved him up. I know I gave Flash a lot of crap for the Patriots, but truly, he is the greatest quarterback of all time because that takes a lot of guts. You're really putting yourself out there. It's not easy to walk out in front of millions of people on TV. You're 43 years old. The best season we've ever seen by a 40-year-old quarterback was Brett Favre with the Vikings that one year. And then what happened the next year? Tom Brady has put himself out there. And, I mean, I don't think he's looked great. He's not a world beater. I actually lost, a couple lineups because I bet on him on DFS this week. I mean, 43 years old is impressive. I mean, we all know. I mean, besides Jason, who's still a young pup and just in his prime, but the rest of us are old and can't throw. Jason could probably go out and throw 5 touchdowns. We can't.
Yeah, my hands are smaller than Joe Burrow's, so I don't know, if I can throw anything, but
you could do it. I believe in you.
More a baseball guy, but.
No, but it's true. A 43-year-old quarterback, think about when you look at the old timers like Johnny Unitas going to the Chargers, etc. Joe Montana had the one good year with the Chiefs, and then was pretty much done. And Brett Favre did the Vikings year, which was impressive, and then he went to the Jets, and that was, you should never do that stuff. But Tom Brady at 43 is still pretty impressive to me. I think it's really impressive.
Damn, those guys, they got to put the flags away in this game.
Yeah, but at least they're going to be consistent because this has got to come back as well. Because this is exactly what Sanders just got done for.
But that's the thing about Brady is when they got him instead of Winston, they had Evans, Godwin, all these guys, OJ Howard, all these guys that like to catch the ball deep. And Brady's more of a short passer, doesn't have the arm strength as Winston does. So it's going to be really interesting this year to see how he performs. With these guys, with Evans, with Godwin, with these receivers, because they're all going deep. And Brady doesn't have that arm strength that Winston did. We can talk all that crap about Winston, but at the end of the day, he has a really good arm, and those receivers loved it. And
athletic ability to extend the play. And
Brady's a short thrower, likes those screens, likes his running backs, likes the slants, likes the screens. So it's really different offense for the Buccaneers this year. So let's see how that plays out.
How bad have the Vikings been?
Oh,
man.
Hey, and Nuke Worker on the chat. You're right. I do need to stop talking. This is what I do. Downey can tell you I ramble on for days. You know how many times?
Look, if Kyle doesn't talk, that means I have to talk. So I'm trying to relax.
Over
here,
and Jimmy's saying that Saints secondary actually is good. So we're talking about an NFL now where there's very few good secondaries, right? Pittsburgh, Baltimore. You could talk about Patrick Peterson in Arizona, Buffalo. The 49ers were good before the injuries. And the
Seahawks could be good this year. Not yet. Could.
Let Russ cook. Let Russ cook.
Yeah, just
we always talk about athletes in the spotlight, using their moment to do stuff. If Russ today sat out and goes, I want to be 25% owner of the Seattle Seahawks, or I won't take the field again, they should just hand it over. He's the entire franchise. That franchise will fold up the minute he leaves. Goodbye. See ya. 4-win team. 4-win team without him. See ya. Goodbye.
Yep. Goodbye. And I want to give a shout out to Jimmy Stain. He's been watching the whole show. So I think that's cool. Whether you hate us or not, that's really awesome that you stay with the show the whole time, right? We're what, 3 hours in, almost 3 hours in? So you're my dude. I wish I had a PayPal thing I could do for you because I'd send it to you just for watching the whole damn show, and listening to me ramble.
That's what we do, hanging out.
Yeah, we fucking love it, man. We're having a good time, and
I'll tell you what I do love here is sitting on a Kamara bet by a half yard right now. What's the news coming up? Oh, Kamara's being checked out in the tent right now. He won't return tonight.
Yeah.
After having 2 straight catches that got called back.
That was Sterling Shepard last week, right? That happened to you last week with Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, lost by 1 yard. Yeah, one. Yeah.
That
was the only loss, so that doesn't sting, but I should have had that.
Well, here, let me make you feel better because I don't think that Jared Cook has gotten to 5 catches, has he?
Here come the Yankees, Radowitz, trying to get this team total in for him here.
Yeah, look at that.
Top of the ninth, 3-2 counts, man on second. Yeah.
3rd and 3, and they played so.
Man, here he goes again, Waller.
Yep.
Look how far off they stood. 3rd and 3.
Sitting here sweating this Marlins game. I gave out the Marlins team total over 4 tonight. They get 3 in the first inning and 2nd and 3rd in the first inning. They don't get anything. I'm like, no big deal. We start the show. And I'm watching just zeros and zeros and zeros and zeros. And they finally get through in the 8th. But they left 10 men on base, 3 for like 14 with runners in scoring position. I'm going to get a push out of it, and I don't deserve that at all.
Yeah, baseball's getting annoying for sure.
It's so hard.
Baseball is always annoying. It's a game of strikeouts and home runs. It's nonsense. When I play,
I'm just up. The only thing I'm pissed off is that I only got 60 games out of baseball this year because I love to bet baseball and cat baseball the whole summer. That's what
you guys are impressive. I don't know how you follow all of those players. Like,
a lot of
go through a player, like it's impressive. That's why I say Jason Radowitz. I'm telling you, that's the mad scientist, man. This guy has the numbers. Don't humble yourself. Just accept it.
Yeah.
Embrace it. And move on and give those numbers out because you're going to be right more times than not.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. And if you have a sister, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm actually a twin brother. Smart. A lot of people don't know, but I'm actually a
twin brother. Do you really?
Brother.
Oh, this twin? This might not even be him tonight. We don't even know this.
No, we're not identical. We're not identical.
Oh, gotcha. I was going to say, like, dude, he does every sport. Now I think he's BSing us by, like, both of the brothers working.
That would be so helpful, though. Like, if he actually did all that, that would be so helpful. But, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't trust anybody but myself at the end of the day in terms of when I place bets. Like, I'll tell people if they give me the right analysis and but at the end of the day, I trust myself the most. And if I'm going to be putting on a unit of a bet, it's going to be me,
Yeah. Yep.
I can blame myself,
We talked about that a lot. Give yourself your own line before you look at the other lines. The first thing I do when I look at all the games, and I think week 3 is really tough. We talked about this before the show. Week 3 for the NFL is really tough. So give yourself your own line. And if you see something like, oh, well, I would have picked, just for an example, the Titans plus 5.5 and the line's at 3.5. You're like, oh, yeah, I'll take the Titans right now.
We've got some great movement this week already. I mean,
it's crazy.
I mean, Tennessee, the Vikings opened up a pick'em. That's up to 2.5. I think the Colts opened up 7. That's 10.5.
That's crazy, right?
10.5. Who the Colts got this week? Hold on real quick. Hey, you're right. Jesus Christ.
And can you really say no to that? You know what I mean?
Tampa were minus 3.5. They're now minus 6 and 6.5 in a place.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones that talk like that Jets-Colts game where you think, I don't know if I like 10.5. There's no doubt in my mind Indianapolis is up a touchdown at the half. I would just take the first half.
That's where you do that. And Donnie talked about this beautifully on the DFS show. The first half, these halves are where you get the real aspect of what the team's doing. Like at the end of the second half, if you're up by 12, I got burned by this twice. They're just like, we'll let you go down and score. Like, we don't care. You're not going to really beat us. You have like a 7% chance of getting the onside kick. And then, I mean, it does backfire somehow it backfires for Atlanta, which is just ridiculous. But so should we do that? Should we just look at week 2 real quick while we're here live? Like, what do you think?
Oh, it's got to be picked.
Or week 3.
It's got to be picked. Oh, and a flag, hands to the face. Didn't get it last week.
Did it hit the quarterback?
Hands to the face. We didn't get it last week though when the Dallas were involved.
Yeah. No, we got
roughing the passer. You're joking, aren't you?
I'm gonna look at these point spreads. It's a tough week. I think week 3, and what's weird about that is
wait a second. Hold on. I am an idiot right now. And reading the chat box going back and forth. 60 and 57. He's absolutely right. Like, that's why I'm not a math major looking at that. That's 117. Oh my God. Like, I'm not checking the book to see if I'm like, I'm just looking at the numbers there. He's out. You're absolutely right. That's a casher. Unbelievable, man. Jesus Christ.
Well, there you have it.
Jesus
Another winner
Christ.
in the
That's
show.
so funny. Yep, 2-0 props. Unbelievable.
There you go.
I'm looking at it. I don't know why I even recognized or even paid attention to that. Unbelievable. That's pretty funny.
All right, come on,
Good call
Saints.
out
Here we
there,
go.
boys.
Come on. Let's go, Saints. Come on. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, I do like the Falcons -3 against the Bears, and it's -4 in place now.
Yeah.
You trust that D though, Flash? That Atlanta D is just.
No, listen. I think that they put points on the board. Do you trust the Bears to? Put
No, I hate
points on the board?
Trubisky. I hate Trubisky, but he's playing that dog role, which he's okay in, as opposed to being like, I'll need to win by a touchdown.
Well, he did that last week against that Giants. That Giants defense is terrible, by the way.
It's whack. Look at the Ravens.
So Atlanta might be the worst. I think that's right. I think Atlanta is actually better than people think, certainly offensively. And again, I'm going to be on Mitch Trubisky on DFS because it's the Atlanta defense, right?
Here we go. So if they make a stop here, it's a punt, right? It's a punt.
Potentially.
Well,
If they get a yard, though, it ain't a punt. Or if it gets close to the line. No way. They definitely would go for this, Flash, either way. Unless they lose yard.
I mean, it's really a yard and a half.
Yeah, unless they lose, they're going for this.
Yeah.
Or else maybe Anthony Lynn's coaching, be like, yo, dog, let's punt this.
I just don't get that.
they're going
Why
for
would
it,
you do that against Patrick Mahomes? I don't understand.
We were all. I love that game. I had so much fun watching the end of it. Everybody who watched that game on 4th and 1, saying they have to go or they're going to lose. Every single person on that team for the Chargers, like, we got to go for this. We can win it. He's the only guy on the planet that was like, we're going to punt it, get it back, and win the foot. Everybody knew it was an L. As soon as the ball punted off, you could have just shut the game off. See ya.
Yeah, it was so disappointing. I love those tweets too, like Anthony the loser win. By the way, I think Anthony Lynn's a great leader of people.
I like Anthony Lynn. He's a cool dude.
He got it.
You got in depth with him in Hard Knocks and stuff, but you can't be my head coach. And I look at you and be like, we got the champs on the ropes. And you're like, you know what? Let's play this really safe. And you got beat. You can't do that. You were playing with house money. Your young quarterback. Imagine if your young quarterback converts that, goes down the field, punches it in, and you walk off the field a winner against the Chiefs. And instead, he just robbed them of everything. He's like, I'm going to play it really safe, which was the wrong move completely. And you took an L for it. If I'm a player on the Chargers, I am furious at him. Furious.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Flash?
So it looks like Jacobs is hurt now.
I was on the Chiefs, and I'm on the
Is
Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm on the
Jacobs
Chiefs
got hurt.
I've done a 6,600 plus 6,600 treble. I've done the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I've done Bayern Munich to win the Champions League, and I've done Real Madrid to win. So I just want them to get the number 1 seed because I don't fancy him being the number 2 seed, having to go into the Ravens.
Where would he have gotten hurt on that? Like, what?
Well, I don't think you have to worry because
Knee
no lead is safe against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes
no
can come
lead
back.
is safe. You're right.
No. I understand all that, but they got to. I just think that I'd rather everything goes through Arrowhead rather than going through Baltimore.
Yeah. So at this point, are you rooting for fans or no fans? Because if there's no fans, if you're on a neutral field, even though I think Lamar Jackson is dynamic and amazing, there is no defense that has proven to stop Patrick Mahomes no matter what the lead is.
No,
so
you could say the same about Lamar Jackson, couldn't you?
Well, the Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, but you know what they did? We spotted this very early on in the game. They put on 2 spies. They went man to man and put on 2 spies to make sure that he didn't get out of the pocket, and they forced him to throw the ball. And they got pressure up front.
Well,
I thought that everyone would do that. I thought everyone would do that this year.
Yeah,
okay, if you're going to come out, we're going to just shuffle across.
Yeah.
It's odd. It's such a hard because to me the 2 best teams in football.
Yeah, me too.
And
me too.
You're hoping Lamar is like just off in a game, which he's been before in the playoffs. But when that team's on and not turning the ball over, they just come after you in waves, man. They just do.
They do. But so if it's 24-0 Baltimore over Kansas City, you still think Mahomes has a chance, right?
I don't. Not in that game. No, that's if they're two different.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
They did it last year against that 49ers defense in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but also there's a lot of different components in that because when you looked at the 49ers, I blamed Kyle Shanahan for basically saying, hey, quarterback, we're not going to go for anything here. I'm just not going to lose the football game and lean on my defense, and it burned them. Baltimore won't do that. If Baltimore's up 24-0, they're just going to step on their neck and just keep on pouring it on. Because even at the end of, like me and Flash, I'm losing my mind at the end of the half. Like the 49ers have the football tie game, and they basically take a knee at the half with decent field position. I'm saying, so I can't believe what I'm watching. And of course it came back to bite them. Like you can't have that mentality of, let's just see what the defense holds them in check. You get beat every time.
Nothing hurt me more than what was happening at that time. Trust me, I was shuffling people.
The Texans.
Okay, Waller
totals had everything in that game. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I trust. I think Patrick Mahomes has proven himself to come from behind more than Lamar Jackson, and that's
Lamar Jackson's playoff record is starting to be a monkey on his back.
Yeah, and he's just not as dynamic in the passing game. Of course, he's so good at everything. I love Lamar Jackson, but Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't even have to play well. What was he, 6-19 in that?
Yeah, he has to play well for one quarter, and you're going down.
That's it, and that's my thing. So it's hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I want to. I'm not the,
look at the game on Sunday. They're not playing that well on offense, and then he just lets a laser beam down the field to Tyreek Hill, and the whole game changes. That's what he does.
Without
third and 20,
Watkins.
was it 3rd and 23? He runs for a first down.
Could get to him.
Yeah,
I mean, that's.
We got to stop here, guys. Let's get a stop here. Come on.
No, we don't want that, Jason. Look at Waller, man. God damn, tight end of the year.
Hey, how about this game? How about the Raiders hanging in there?
Crazy. Yeah.
You ain't gonna believe it. What you're gonna see?
Oh no.
I already saw it last time.
Oh, take the running back out and get choked on. Good God.
Who got it, though?
Gruden's going to flip out here. Show Gruden on the screen someplace, please.
I'll tell you what he might do. I'm wondering if this is an incomplete.
No, it's a
toss. It's a fumble.
Yeah.
It's gone backwards, isn't it?
He's going, we're running Spider 2 white banana, man.
Yeah. You can't even blame that on
that's going to be a tough game. So how many people are going to be pissed at one or two of us next week when we get the game wrong? Because that's a pick 'em, right? Baltimore, Kansas City.
It's going to be great. I just hope I get the old Donnie shout, are you okay for next Monday? Because if I don't, I will be like a spoiled kid in the playground.
Hey, as long as I don't get fired, I'll be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but every chance
that's touch and go right now. So yeah,
we have like a 95% chance.
Let's be on my side. I talked you up the whole video. I was expecting you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, greasing the palms.
Yeah, come on, man.
If that lady that Donnie talks about, if she has that nice little voice and. I'll make sure to talk to her after as well.
Yeah,
that nice lady.
Yep.
I got your back.
I'm gonna do all this work before tomorrow, and it's like, hey, just get the hell out of here. We're bringing Jason on.
I got enough work. Let me be honest.
I've been DMing Donnie all day. We're supposed to do a show at 4:00. He won't return my DM. Wait a second, he's on the air. Who's the co-host on there?
Yeah, Kyle.
Listen, I'm glad that you get that because I got the everything okay for Monday. This was like last week, and I'm like, why? What's happening Monday? They'd already penciled me into the show that I didn't know nothing about.
Yeah, it's going to be open. Kyle will be opening the show tomorrow and be like, welcome in to sportsbook.com. It is the NFL show. I'm your host, Donnie Sumer, with my co-host, Kelsey Kramer. What a day.
That's it. That's it.
Yes.
And we're going to get a bunch of views. And Kelsey has killed it, by the way. What a great job she has done. But yeah, I'm totally fired by tomorrow.
No.
They don't want me to be the host. That'd be terrible. Donnie's the best host we got. I'm just the fluff on the side, and as I get older, I look worse. So thanks, Jason. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that.
I got you.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
By the way, the game needed this.
Yeah.
No, we did.
No, it didn't, Flash. No, it didn't. From this seat over here, it didn't need this.
Let's see what he comes up with now.
From this seat, it did. So
Yeah.
just
Let me check out the chat and see how many people hate us from the chat. Not too many. It's just me. Really, you guys are lucky. Like, it must be my punchable face that pisses people off.
My favorite person in the chat box said, I must be a mathematician because I already hit my prop and I'm sweating a half of a yard. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that works out good. That works out good.
Yanks didn't get that team to. I'm telling you, I can't even believe that Marlins game. Those
the entire day that
I
was just stupid.
I didn't lose it, but I pushed. When you get 3, you need a team total of 4. You get 3 in the first. It can't be a push, man.
No, that's nonsense.
And you sweated it out for a push. Good Lord.
Baseball's nonsense. Baseball strikeouts and home runs.
like
That's it. That's it.
First down for the Saints.
I love team totals, man. I'll tell you that the witching hour in the NFL on Sunday is something. Yeah, that's 16 weeks of pure hell of those last 6-7 minutes of games.
It could be good if you win. So
it is like if you get lucky or you see that, like we talked about the
Fournette
Leonard Fournette busted run. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, over, baby.
Yeah,
you deserve that, but you got right. You got it.
That pissed me off because that's so much Ronald Jones. That just pissed me off.
Come on, Drew. Dang.
He was wide open as well.
Dang.
Drew Brees on the road is not the same as Drew Brees at home. We talked about that early in the show. He's not the same on the road as he is at home.
Last year, the Lions and the Cards had 2 unbelievable games. In fact, if I remember rightly, the Lions and the Cards were the opening game of the season last year, and Detroit did exactly the same as what they did in their opening game this year. They were up massively, and they got blown 23 points in the last second half.
I was watching too. It's like, ooh, look at how good Detroit is, and all of a sudden they're just getting ratted out.
Hey, I think this Annette Williams person is really smart. She says I have a nice voice. I agree. Thank you.
I saw Kyle typing to the left over there. That's got to be his burner.
No, that's my mama. My mommy loves me.
Is that her name, Annette Williams?
That's why this is a fun show, right? We get to party, and at the end, it just gets ugly, right?
That's big. Yeah.
And we're all going to win our bets, except for my Jared Cook bet. Like, what the hell happened there?
That stadium is awesome looking, man. Damn.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I see people were inside it.
Yeah, last time I didn't even break ground on that thing yet.
How far is it from the strip?
It's right next to it. Like right across the street.
That's great, isn't it? Yeah. People go there for a game and then go out. Perfect.
That's what's cool about Vegas too. I guess you would just tailgate at any
time, yeah.
Bar on the strip and just Uber over. Yeah, walk over.
Yeah, I was actually in Vegas a couple of years back, and my buddy took a cab from one side of the casino to the other. I'm like, man, you're lazy as hell. But we had a great time.
If you're winning, I guess it doesn't matter because you just have all the
it's probably a limo, yeah.
You just buy whatever you want.
Yeah, I like Las Vegas. I'm a big, I like to gamble, of course, but I'm a big heat pool guy. I love the pool. Like every time I go down to Costa Rica, man, if we sneak out to the ocean, it's just, I love it. And
SBR's flying us all out there, right? So we're all going to get to hang out and all that stuff, right? It's all going to be on SBR's dime, right?
Yeah, I love it, man. Naco Beach, man. Just put me on the beach, leave me alone. I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's the only reason I took this gig is for SBR to fly me out to Costa Rica. I mean, come on.
3 times. I've been there 3 times, man. I feel like
what the hell
now? Yeah,
so I should go renew my passport, is what you're saying, right?
First time I went down when I started working, my wife thought I might get chopped up and left for dead because we had no idea what I was getting into. We had the IFBC, the first one down in Costa Rica. So, and the people that were coming down, it was free. Like they had a great deal. Like, hey, look, pay for your flight, we'll pick it up for you, and you can stay in the hotel. And people are like, man, I don't know if this is like a scam to arrest people. So that was going through there. But even like the second or third time, then it turned into, oh, you're going back there? So you got a girlfriend down there or something? I mean, come on, we're all guy. If you're married, you guys will understand that. Good Lord. I got to put in like marble counters and do all that stuff just to go in.
I am telling SBR to book my flight, tell me where I'm supposed to be. I'm not in charge of anything. I'm just going to go down, hang out with Flash, and when a guy talks crap to me in the bar, I'm going to have him kick his ass.
Rubbish.
That's how we're going to run. Yeah, no rubbish. You bloody. My best friend is from England, so I'm going to have a great time. I understand it. I understand the lingo, and I'm sending a Flash out when they talk crap to me. I just want SBR to take care of the bill. I can't wait for them to do it. Great company, by the way, so we're going to have fun.
Flag, this is a gift. This is an absolute gift.
Flag, did it hit? Was it on Drew Brees getting hit?
It looks like, yeah.
Holding defense, offense. Declined. Fourth down. Oh, this is a risky one. Is he going to punt? Oh, yeah, 2 minutes to go. It's a punt.
Well,
what do you think, Jason? Give us your expert analysis on this. How does this work out?
Yeah, you got to punt this now. And the Saints defense is a step up at this point.
Is Drew Brees a stud muffin? There we go. There's 4 times we got over the 3. He is a stud muffin. Kelsey Kramer said that.
Flash, you hitting the Escazoo tonight? That little downtown Escazoo action?
Yeah, we're on lockdown, aren't we? And have you seen the amount of different shows I do? Tomorrow I've got to do Premier League and then prepare the graphics and everything for La Liga, Serie A, and Bundesliga. Nice. It's like, okay, it's all right for you.
Flash, when you go in, who do you sit with back there? Like who's next to you?
What, in the office?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, yeah. There's only me and Freddie. No one else is there.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because of the pandemic? Wow.
Oh, damn. Freddie does a great job. Doesn't
Nobody's cooking lunch down there? No lunches and nothing? You got to fend for yourself?
The cooks are on, not allowed to be there. There's normally like maybe 150 of us. Normally, I'd say about maybe 150. At the moment, there's probably 7 in the different departments.
Wow.
Damn, so high tech, so bougie. Hey, next time you see my girl Lee Martin, who was so instrumental in me being here, so sorry for you fans. You can blame her for that, but give her a big hug from me and tell her that I love her because she's one of my favorite people. And you guys do such a great job down there in Costa Rica.
I don't think I met Lee Martin in person. Yet.
No, she only just come last.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so instrumental in bringing my stupid ass to the show. So you can blame her. No, we don't know each other at all. She just reached out to me, and then it turned out, we ended up on those pandemic shows, right, where we were talking about stuff, and I'm so fortunate. Yeah, it's just, how the world works, right? I started covering esports, and I know nothing about esports.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they reached out and they're like, hey, so I heard you know about esports. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm just doing that for my followers, to do something during this crazy time in the world. And then next thing you know, like we're all talking to each other and talking football, and life turned out great.
Because they took me off the esports show because they said they had an expert.
Kyle read 5 minutes on esports, and then they're just yakking away.
That's actually not wrong. Literally 5 minutes. I was just betting the trends, man.
Yeah.
I was betting the trends, and then I was fortunate enough to end up with you guys on like a football roundtable or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Next thing you know, apparently I fooled enough people. Yeah, that they thought I should come on this show.
I remember because they were asking about esports. Hey, Donnie, you want to come on do an esports show? I said, look, I don't really BS around, and I don't want to look like a fool or just give people some whack information. So like, all right, we'll just go to this guy Kyle. He knows a lot.
I said it in my thing. They actually asked me write an article, and I'm like, dude, I don't know shit about this. I am not going to do that. And they're like, oh, yeah, fair enough. But I think we had a good time. We did like a trial run through on the football show, and I think we all had a good time. Donnie Flash liked me, and that's how I ended up here. And, so sometimes you got to turn lemons into lemonade, right? And that's how that works out.
That's fun. I don't mind going. The only thing is that it kills me every time I go to Costa Rica is I get put on like Spirit Airlines, and I just get like that 3-hour delay, and I just want to hang myself. And then when I get there, I can finally decompress and relax and hit the liquor store at the airport. But boy, Spirit just gives me a run for my money, man.
Spirit Airlines.
You take a direct flight from New Jersey to Costa Rica. You go to between Charlotte and Atlanta, Miami, or Fort Lauderdale. And when you fly, I'm there finally. And it's like, hey, you got a 2-hour delay.
Yeah. No, I'm really fortunate. Like I've told so many people, like, man, when you can have good things happen. And, I spent my whole life betting on football and stuff like that. So
even the last time we did the Super Bowl, I brought my pops down with me. We had a blast, man. We had such a great place to stay. It was cool.
It's amazing. And, I'm sitting here and, my mom says she's in, booked the flight. She wants to come down and
damn right. It's beautiful.
Hey, you're not allowed to hit on Donnie when you get there or Flash.
I'll be a bit too old for it.
But that's how it happened, and then good things happen. I think it's gone okay. There's a few people that don't like me. That's fair. That's fine.
Raiders driving now. Uh-oh.
Raiders are driving. Son of a bitch.
Man,
that's
and
crazy.
Another injury.
Devontae Booker, another sleeper, by the way, on the DFS channel. Devontae Booker was 1,800 on DraftKings. You're going to get about 25, 30% of the snaps out of him. And that's how that works. But it's funny. The universe unfolds as it should.
Yes. Yeah, he was down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it not moving before he came down with his knee though?
It was starting to move. You're right, but I don't know if that would be enough though. I don't know if that would be enough. It was starting.
Their desperation at the moment, the way they're defending, they've got to have a look at it.
Yes, we did, Abdil. We put everything on the Raiders' money line.
I like Hunter Renfrow too as a little sleeper pick, but
Hunter Renfrow is everything I wasn't in college. Like, how's that guy get to the pros? You know what I mean? Come on, man. It can't be me.
Let's have a look.
What he can do is thank Wes Welker. Wes Welker is the reason he is in the league.
No, right? I'm happy that he's down by contact now.
I don't think he can overturn that.
Yeah, he's down. He's down. He's way down.
If that was called a fumble on the field, you might be able to get that. But since they called him down, they ain't looking that over.
Yeah, that's the problem. And the referees have to call it a certain way, right? So
it's the rule of instant replay is if you have conclusive evidence, like instant replay is not meant to change the judgment call. It's meant to change the Jesus Christ. How did you miss that call?
But it has changed it. It has changed it. You see plenty of plays that are 50-50 where they're like, we're going to call it.
Oh, no. You see it. You're right. Yep. Because, again, it comes down to what the referee looking at it interprets it and nobody else. So if he just sees it one way. Because how many times you see the guys that they hire, the carry guy who comes on, Mike Pereira comes on, and you see them, and whoever the last guy who left who still – what the hell was it Mike Pereira? Who's the guy who always used to say –
he got the COVID too. No,
not Riveron. Not now Riveron. It was the guy previous before it who always gets blamed for like the Cowboy stuff. But they'll call like, yeah, it's going to be overturned. Like the play on the field stands. Like nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah, no, but it's put them in a position where like a play that they wouldn't normally call a touchdown or a turnover, they call it a touchdown because that's reviewable by the league and the coach doesn't have to throw the flag.
Yeah, turnover is the same thing. Yep. Yeah,
right. So it makes it an automatic call.
Let it play out on the field. Yeah.
Instead of one where the coach has so you take a team that's going to be poorly managed like the Cowboys all year long. Like, the coach doesn't have a challenge call. So if it's close, let's just call it this. And then we're able to review it because of our league rules.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, shit, well, it's a 50-50 play. We called it this year. We can't overturn it. So it goes kind of both ways. I want every call to be right, but there's plenty of sports bettors. There's plenty of fantasy football players who are like, oh, damn. If they just wouldn't have reviewed that, I would have won such and such. Right.
Yeah.
So, right. Like Jason, you just laughed, right? How many times have you been burned by a review that would normally not be reviewed because of the rules?
I mean, think about baseball and called strikes and balls, and that destroys everything. And Donnie can attest to that. It's annoying. Like today, I Roman Quinn of the Phillies, he struck out, and then George already got ejected on a call third strike. Arguing that would have had two guys on, no outs, could have got could have got runs. So yeah, I mean in baseball, it's even worse. So
yeah, it's the replay rules affect the way these officials officiate the games, right? I mean, I think there's no dispute about that, right? They want to leave it up to the replay. Then you get to the replay and you're like, oh, shit, we can't even decide via the replay. There's no way to actually get that right. So it's tough, the whole thing. I mean, that's the way the universe works, dudes. Like, come on, like nothing works perfect. So if we can just do a better job of being nice to each other and just accepting what happens and moving on, more than likely we're going to get more shit right than wrong. If you get more stuff wrong than right, it's going to be tough. So just behave yourself and be nice. What do you think? What do you think, Jason? Bad scientist.
It's very fair. I need Jacob to score a touchdown here. So, yeah.
I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you.
Go,
See,
guys.
so like right now, I'm rooting for you. It does nothing for me. And I guess
one,
over. No, it helps
get the over. The two gets the Kamara Jacobs little thing there. So, but it looks like Carr's going to start to struggle in the red zone, like he's
of course
like he always does in his career. So.
Yeah.
Big Raiders get a double-digit lead with under 7 to go. It'd be huge.
That's weird. Yeah. So we'll lose the -4 on the Saints, and we kind of talked about it. It's hard to pick Drew Brees on the road. I broke down those stats. I still have them on the screen. Drew Brees is so much better at home than he is on the road. So that's the one. But when you see the -4, you want to lock it in, and now it looks a little tough. Like what we're hoping for is.
Did you imagine? Did you imagine the Raiders potentially being 2-0? I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, how about that? Huh?
No, not in a million years. So I'm gonna look stupid on that, and that's fine. And I'm gonna take a lot of heat for that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But I went back and was kind of looking at the stats because
first down.
I've never been big on keeping the record.
What about
wow.
Raiders.
They did the same play that they fumbled the ball on, and then scored a touchdown on it the next time they did the play.
The Grudol.
And it wasn't Jacobs. So, okay, fine, whatever.
Look how bad
Sisolak's going to have to open up Nevada. We need Raider fans. I need 70,000 Raider fans next home game. Sisolak's got to open that state up. Let's go. Look at that, Ron.
We're going to look at a couple of assholes, but luckily we have Donnie on here calling the Raiders and making us all look.
What's he got? Jordans on? Yeah.
Nice. Here we go.
I have Jordans on. Well, they're flip-flops. I have flip-flops.
Got it.
Cool. All right, so
the best part about that is Jalen Richard only played 11% of the snaps last week, right? So we talked about this on the DFS show. If you want a long shot that can score you some points, Jalen Richard, Devontae Booker. It ended up being Jalen Richard, but that's going to win someone some DraftKings points. There we go. He's in the player pool, by the way. He's in the player pool.
Looks like the leader in the pick six is 10-1-1.
Oh God, I'm 7-4-1. Also, I went 4-2 each week. Again, my two losses were
after tonight.
I lost my two games were the Browns losing in garbage time, the -6 because Joe Burrow threw that garbage touchdown, and bleeping Ryan Fitzpatrick threw that garbage touchdown. Otherwise, I'd have been 6-0. So there you go.
Yeah.
If ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. There we go.
I'm still crying about the Lions dropping it in the end zone with Swift.
That was
Like
brutal.
Oh, week one. Yeah. Yeah. So should we? So now that this has been decided and the Raiders have, broken all that stuff, what do you guys think about like week 3? I think is really tough.
Yeah.
I think it'll shake a lot of lines. There's been already a lot of big like line moves out there.
Yeah.
As well.
I think right now I'm with Flash. I like the Titans over the Vikings. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I like the Falcons over the Bears.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, game of the week though. The one I'm like, obviously Monday Night Football is going to be good. Sunday Night Football will be East, Dallas, Seattle. But that Rams Buffalo game is awesome.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. Yeah, it's the best one of the week.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams, by the way. That was the other one, yeah. So I've gone Rams, Titans, Atlanta.
Rams back-to-back on the road. Now, I know San Francisco State, did the Rams fly back to
Yes,
they stayed East as well?
Yeah,
they went back. Okay.
So they went back. So they played in Philly. They're flying back to LA and they're going back to Buffalo. So that's something to watch. The 49ers.
Windy.
And look, we would all have said 2 days ago, like, oh, the 49ers being responsible, staying in New York, staying on. The Rams are in a much better position than the 49ers are, right? I think we would say right now. So sometimes the universe unfolds as it should. That's a great game. What else do you like, Flash? I like to hear Flashes. I'm thinking, what about Tampa -6 over Denver with Jeff Driscoll at quarterback? I think you should jump on that now. I think that line's going to move.
Oh no, I'm taking the Texans plus 3.5 plus 4.
Yeah, I actually like that. I like that play early in the week.
The one I want to jump on early, and even though it's already moved from 3.5, Denver's going to have Jeff Driscoll, no Cortland Sutton. So we're talking, or no Drew Lock. So it's Jeff Driscoll, Melvin Gordon, Deshaun Hamilton, Tim Patrick.
Yeah, I want to see where that line goes because, everybody's going to be on that same wavelength, just hammering Tampa Bay. And if you just see that line just stay at 6, even though you're down, quarterback, which I don't know how much of a loss right now it is, Driscoll from Locke because of how young Locke is. You're down Cortland Sutton, but they played fairly well against Pittsburgh. Great defense last week, and now they'll be home.
Yeah, but oh God, what is
look
that?
at some of these over-unders, like 56 in the Dallas game. Jesus.
Jesus.
What was the other one? 50. What was the other one? 55, 54.5 in Detroit and Arizona. So just wild totals.
The Saints are moving quick now, so.
Yeah, they are.
Well, Kenny Golladay will be back for Detroit, which is going to help that offense and help my fantasy football team. So I'm happy about that.
I think we got a chance of overtime here.
Well, I hope the Saints get there.
Last 1,000.
Drew Brees is the best quarterback of all time when his team's down 2 touchdowns, getting them fantasy points. So I'm sure he'll move them right down the field.
I tell you, one I liked, which was a bit left field, was Carolina, a +7 against the Chargers. But as you say, McCaffrey.
I want to see who's quarterback too in that game because if you bring back Tyrod Taylor, banged up ribs, and if he's a starter, he's going to go. They're not going to open it up, so it's not like they're going to go out and put up. Even though Carolina's a bad defense, 30 points on them. So at least Carolina will hang around. But I want to see who that quarterback is before I do anything in that one.
Chiefs and Ravens, 53.
Seems high. Seems high to me.
Yeah, me too. I think so too. I think those teams are going to be well schemed, well coached. It's going to be a close game. I will probably – that's going to be a game where I tease down. I haven't decided yet who I think wins. Right now I'm leaning Baltimore, but I'm going to tease that down to under that 3 or under that 7. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, if I never swing past 0, so if you're teasing it, I would just take Mahomes more than the touchdown and figure if worst case scenario comes up, they're down 10 with like 2 minutes to go. He should be able to move them down the field.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's exactly the problem. What about hold on, let me get to
I don't see if there's any money lines.
Obviously,
Obviously,
some weather out here. 72 degrees, it looks like. I mean, it's still early, but that's pretty good weather.
yeah. What about
Night football
Washington,
game.
Cleveland? What are we doing with that game? Baker Mayfield and Dwayne Haskins. What are we doing?
I think even though the Eagles are sitting at 0-2, I honestly think outside of the Jets, Washington is the worst football team in the NFL overall, talent-wise. They have no talent. And if I don't have any talent, how am I going to come back and win football games, you know?
So you say the Eagles against the Bungles?
I like the over in that game. Nice weather in Philadelphia. Eagles defense stinks. Cincinnati's had an extra, 3 or 4 days to prepare. They'll watch that Rams tape and just run the Eagles ragged on bootlegs. And Burrow's effective running the football, and that's an added capability for them. And I think the Eagles will score on that horrible Cincinnati defense. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the Eagles might be a little bit too strong for them up front. I think they might get some joy against Burrow. I think they win by a touchdown. I'm gonna go with Eagles minus.
Yeah, for me, the strength of the Eagles is up front, right? That front seven is really, really good. They improved that.
Well, the front four is good. The linebackers stink. So
yeah, I should say the front four and the secondary. But I don't know, man. Like 6.5.
I'll tell you what, Detroit could be decent money line. The Lions they've had 2 good games with them last season.
Here come them Saints.
Arizona is the darling. Come on, but the problem is Drew Brees on the road. Like, is he going to?
It took him no time to get back into it anyway. So it's
and
game
can
on.
you please get the ball to Jared Cook for Christ's sake? Donnie, remember we talked about Ty Montgomery, wide receiver replacement. There he goes with the catch. We're rooting. If you're a Saints backer, you're rooting for overtime, right?
Sure. Of course.
That's all you're rooting.
If they score within like 2 minutes, I would go for it on the road. I'd go for it on 2-point conversion. I would.
Drew Brees, single best player. There's no quarterback I would want more down like 2 or 3 touchdowns late than Drew Brees. He loves them fantasy stats.
Patrick Mahomes?
He loves them. Nah, Drew Brees is so into like statistics. Like there'll be like 30 seconds left down 14 on his own 20, and he will make sure he picks up like 40 yards before they get out of town. When most quarterbacks,
there's Kamara. There we go. My DraftKings lineup is smashing right now. Good Lord, I'm up a few hundred.
You are so delayed. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Studio One with that's like how the Eagles are a bad football team.
No.
The Eagles are a bad football team.
About what happened.
Washington is hilarious.
Talking about what happened 5 minutes ago, Jason. I'm up to date.
Right, of course.
Pot is not being smashed.
That's what I meant to say.
I think they've got them right. I think they've got
OT is a possibility.
Yes.
Are you trying to get Flash to beat me? Because I'm totally up to date. I'm like 15 seconds behind. That's it.
Bing, bing, bing.
Oh boy, yeah, no, my DraftKings lineup is really high right now. Let's go.
You want this game?
Get extra points for overtime.
Yeah, I want overtime. I want overtime. Right now, I'm in the top 47 on DraftKings. On my main line, I put $50 down on 6 different lineups, and I am up $750 right now. So there we go. That doesn't happen all the time, by the way. I'm wrong so many times. But.
I do that with my son on the golfers. Like pick 6 golfers.
Oh.
Tournaments. Do you not do that? Do you not do the
no,
golf?
What on like DraftKings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that's fun.
I actually was so caught up in NFL and getting everything ready, I forgot to put a golf lineup in. I love that Bryson DeChambeau won that. I thought it's crazy to think that a guy who's really good could win on a course like that by that many strokes. He's only the sixth golfer since 1984 to be under par at that course. Pretty amazing, I thought.
I love the U.S. Open, but they're going to play the U.S. Open in September without fans during football season. Like, I honestly watched like 5 minutes of it. I had no excitement, anything where I was like maybe on Thursday watched it a little bit, but outside of that, I can't. Like, golf to me with majors really needs fans. That's why I'm glad they canceled the Ryder Cup, because what's the point of the Ryder Cup without fans? Like, there's no point to it whatsoever.
You boys did you get into the Ryder Cup?
I love the Ryder Cup. I love it.
it.
I absolutely love it.
Well, me too.
We've got the Masters in a couple months.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Like the Masters, no fans during football season. A couple minutes I might spend on it. That's why it's so wonderful at the time of the year that comes on, especially with the U.S. Open in the middle of the summer, where baseball is going on, but you can focus on it and have fun during football season. Like, lost in the wash. That would be interesting to see what the actual like ratings were for the U.S. Open this weekend.
Yeah. And
even though
gotta
college
eat some
football
crow,
didn't do
because
anything
I
on
thought
Saturday. So
I thought Taysom Hill would be more involved, so I got to
me too.
on that.
He took that.
So I got to eat crow. Yes, sir. I was right, and or I was wrong, and I'm happy to admit I was wrong. But I think philosophy played into it. Just kind of, the Raiders are surprising people right now.
Yeah, one time. Saints only got one time out left too. That's going to hurt.
Saints D has been disgusting.
Yeah, no, this is not looking for the Saints. We're rooting for overtime. On overtime. Come on, boys.
Well, if we get stop here, we're going to
Step
get a shot.
up. Again, Drew Brees on the road. We talked about it. Drew Brees on the road is not as successful as he is at home. I mean, it's a wide margin.
It's been disgusting. Let me tell you now, if they put up this performance next week on the D, Aaron Rodgers is going to crush them to death.
Yeah.
Weak. Aaron Jones got 150.
I actually disagree. By the way, I have made it a point not to leave the camera for this whole show. The ladder is exploding.
Oh, no.
It's exploding.
No. Watch this.
No.
Watch this.
No way. We have 3 minutes left.
The guy in the middle hit him off. Wow.
Yeah.
That wasn't even
Referee. And the zebra, less than 2 foot away from it, said no flag. And then the bloke in the middle of the park, he threw the flag. This is disgusting if he does this.
Saints love pass interference calls and non-pass interference calls.
Yeah.
Look at it. They're going to no way. He threw the flag. There's no, like, you can't. This is pretty.
That's not even close. That's terrible.
It is. It's bad.
So bad.
Wow, they called it too. Oh, Sean Payton. I gotta watch this presser tonight.
Next to the play has said nothing.
Oh, Sean Payton's gonna melt down. Looks like another Percocet night for old Sean.
Wow.
That's a terrible call.
Certain things about Sean Payton that I'm not allowed to say on the air, but
we've only got one timeout. This is it. 2-minute warning.
And the timeout. So they still have a chance, but
they get like 25 seconds.
Yeah, and they're gonna kick a field goal too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a terrible call.
Carlson.
It'll be a 55-yard
Kings line.
Yeah, it made it a little bit farther now.
Well, why are they giving it to Booker instead of Jacobs?
Do you guys ever get yourself in the spot where you're rooting for one thing and then it hurts your other bet and you're like, for Christ's sake, I don't know what I'm rooting for at this point, but I think I want Carlson because I'm moving up in the DraftKings. It's so high. I'm in the top 30 right now. Oh, come on.
That's real good.
So we're just getting into the fourth quarter right now.
Yeah. Carl, what's the score on your
So wait. So it's Dallas 35, Atlanta. That's the game I'm on. I'm so far behind.
Dallas on the money line.
Russell, we talked about that on the show. He always plays these close games. He always does, and that's how it works with the Seahawks. That's how it works with Russell Wilson. And, you want that to cover. Right now, I don't care about you guys. I'm just looking at my DraftKings line as it crawls up. I'm up $750. Let's go.
Joe,
Let's play DraftKings. What do you guys got?
he's going to get a new internet connection with that money, Flash.
I know Donnie's a jackpot winner on DraftKings. We talked about this.
Saturday night, man. That was nice. Yeah.
Donnie had a great night on DraftKings.
I did.
What is that? Is it like just like a fruit machine type thing? How did you win it?
It was a slot machine. Yeah, slot machine. I was just messing around playing slots during the Miami game and hit for 2 Gs. It was nice.
I didn't mean to call my boy out because Donnie makes my life so easy, but Donnie is just kicking ass and all that stuff. And
it's great. That was a great mojo, man.
Pay-per-view? It was great mojo. You built me into the weekend. I was down on everything. You told me about that. I was like, oh, this is feeling good. Hey, what about this weekend's pay-per-view? MMA, Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya. What do you think? I like Paulo Costa. I cannot stand Israel Adesanya. I cannot wait for Paulo Costa.
He's the boy, isn't he? He's the talent.
Yeah, I have Adesanya. I do.
Adesanya just fights from the outside, right? He just leg kicks and does all this wussy. Like Paulo Costa is not Romero. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna punch him.
Raiders gonna make this interesting if they're just gonna.
This isn't field goal range.
No, that's what I mean. Like if you're just gonna try to run the clock out, I mean, your job is to get one more first down. You shouldn't be worrying about the clock.
3rd and 13, and it's a timeout.
So that's all your picks. So we got Jason Adesanya.
Yeah,
Flash, you like
Adesanya
this week?
But I would go for whoever Dave Betts goes.
You're by decision, or you?
Yeah, I'd go by decision. I think it's an over. I think that's the bet.
Yeah.
I think it goes to the judges. So what? It's 5 rounds. What's it going to be? 3.5?
Yeah, 5 rounds.
3.5.
Yeah. So you take the prop of Adesanya decision and the distance, and take the double prop.
I'd cheer Adesanya on, but if you was asking me to have a bet, then I would say over 3.5.
I like that.
Where are they going here? We passing? We got to be passing, right?
So for the viewers, you understand how that works, right?
So I mean,
you have to pass here.
But there's no timeouts left, so you get rid of all that clock. I would run.
They got him out of bounds.
Yeah, but then you're punting then if you don't get any yards.
Here.
They got him out of bounds. Though.
That's the worst. Like I don't know. It's going to roll because, but that's a terrible call because are you going to kick this field goal? And if you miss it, you're going to overtime.
They're trying.
I don't understand.
In position to kick a field goal and let the clock go out. I agree with it. I agree.
How far is it?
It's
50 plus.
51.
Daniel Carlson? Are you trusting Daniel Carlson from 50 plus? I don't think so.
I don't. This is terrible.
Yeah,
I think he'll get it in. I think.
Honestly, if I'm the Raiders right now, I punt 55. The football. I honestly punt the football.
No, I agree with Donnie.
He'll get it in.
55 yarder though.
Ugh.
Damn, they're icing their own kicker.
I'm telling you, if I'm the Raiders here, I punt this ball inside the 10 and say, Drew Brees with your pencil arm, you have a minute to go with no timeouts and you must score a touchdown. I'll take my chances on that.
Hey, we might see Jameis Winston. Didn't Flash ask? We might see Jameis Winston. He's got the rocket arm for that team, or Taysom Hill.
But Taysom Hill is struggling with that injury.
Don't splash this pot, Flash.
Oh, son of a bitch. No, my pot hasn't been splashed. I'm on time with you guys this entire night. What are you talking about?
That's only because I stayed quiet.
I have not been behind you guys at all, no matter what. I've been trying to lie this whole time.
I actually want him to, even though I'm sitting on the 5.5, I want him to miss this.
I'm rooting for the team, but I think this was the right call by the Raiders. I like this call, and I think it's going to work out for them. But
He's punting it, is he?
I would kick it. I think with the running to get in field goal range for Carlson, who has a good leg.
So he's 55, yeah?
Yeah,
He's got a big leg.
in practice he was hitting.
Do you want me to tell you before he?
No, don't splash this pot. Don't splash this.
Oh God.
No, you're not splashing it because I'm seeing it live. I've already seen it. So the field goal's been kicked.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
He crushed.
He got it. Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, it's a good kick. Yeah.
He's got a good leg.
Yeah.
Boom.
Will we see an onside kick?
Raiders.
Hey, what do you think? Is it going to be the spinner from the with no T like the Cowboys did yesterday with Greg Sir?
Well, yeah, they got to get the touchdown, or they got to get some sort of score first.
Let's talk
Profitable
about
night tonight, man.
Let's talk about the sports books. All the favorites had won prior to this game. If the sports books lost this game too, they would have been lost like $10 million. So,
Yeah, they got absolutely rolled. They got rickrolled this weekend.
Oh,
but
yeah,
this game is definitely big. This game,
16-teamer, and he was waiting on the Saints -4.5.
Yeah. This game is big for the sports books.
Woo!
Yeah, it is. See, that's why Jason's so smart. Again, he can break down those analytics, you know.
Yeah, they would have.
Donnie and Flash and I could sit here with our pretty faces, and here's Jason with the.
Even though he made it, I still would have punted it at that point.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I think I would have thought the only way to lose this game is if you miss the field goal and then you have a shot at maybe going to overtime. But if you would have punted it, I don't think they would have went 90 yards.
Hey, it's John Gruden, man. Spider 2 web.
But they made it. But they made it, so it was a good call. So.
Spider 2 web banana, man.
And it hit the net too, so it would have been. He would have got
it from 60. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where else was he, Gruden? I know he was at Tampa. Where else was he?
The Raiders.
Raiders, yeah.
Oh, right. Raiders, Tampa Raiders.
Yeah, he went Raiders, Tampa Raiders. So there was that controversy. So he took over for Tampa after he was the coach for the Raiders. And
was that LA Raiders or Oakland Raiders?
That was the Oakland Raiders. And then remember there was that controversy where Callahan, the center for the Raiders, went down to Mexico. The Super Bowl was in San Diego. The center went down, got in trouble. And then
Callahan was coach. No, who was the guy that actually went down there? What was the guy's name?
I can't remember that center's name. I'll look it up real quick. But you can go look up Jerry Rice, Tim Brown. All those players were like, Callahan called us in.
Robbins.
Yeah, Robbins. Thank you very much. They called him in. They called all the players in, and they changed the game plan because of Tim Robbins, right? Whatever.
He's a good actor, though, Tim Robbins.
Yeah. Tim Robbins, handsome too. But if you go look, you can type it in Google right now. Jerry Rice and Tim Brown think that Callahan actually tanked that Super Bowl for them and cost them that game because he changed the game plan the night before to benefit John Gruden and the Tampa Bay Bucs. And if you remember, that was the Brad Johnson Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
They were good, though. That should have been the Eagles Super Bowl. That was my worst loss I ever watched live. That was our Super Bowl to win, and we would have crushed the goddamn Raiders. But
little did you know that it would be Nick Foles that won you a greasy.
I was so heartbroken. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
There goes Cook with a catch.
There we go.
They're down 10 with no shot. Let's see if Drew Brees gets this playoff. Let's see. Is Drew Brees going to get this play? Oh, he's trying. Come on, get them stats, Drew. Yes, there you go.
I don't care. We'll
Look at him. There he is. Drew Brees. There he is. Hey, that's what I always hate on Drew Brees his entire life. Well, there we go. Good, nice little profitable night. I had 2 prop bets. Nice bet on the Raiders. We stayed on the air. We did it 11:30 Eastern. So thank you guys in the chat box for joining us here tonight. Long day tomorrow on sportsmanbrew.com. You know, we got shows. Get Flash knows he's got shows going on tomorrow. Me and Jason got shows going on. Me and Kyle got shows going on tomorrow. So we'll have a lot of fun. So you want to get your last piece in there, Kyle, real quick. What do you got to say to the people out there?
What I got to say is subscribe, like the channel, be a part of the team. So many smart people. And all we're doing is winning money, and we have a great time doing it. And We love you all. We appreciate your support. And a big shout out to Jason and Donnie and Flash for being a part of the show. It's a real honor, and can't wait to see you all
Jason,
tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Any last parting words?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. This was a lot of fun. Really long, very tired. Still have to write 2 articles for SDR now. So it's a late night for me, but I appreciate you guys being in the chat and appreciate all the support.
Flash, quick words of advice tonight.
Yeah, it's 9:30. Beware, Drew Brees on the road. See you next
Drew
week.
Brees.
Amen, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Great show again. We'll do it again next week, Monday Night Football. Of course, we'll have some guests here. Maybe some of the same guests that you see tonight will be joining us as well. Maybe even more for that big-time showdown between the Ravens and the Chiefs. Thanks for watching here on sportsbookview.com. This was your live NFL Monday Night Football broadcast. Take care, guys.